Freak, are you kidding me?
I keep on falling, falling and falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry, 'cause I keep on falling, falling and falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me. And I keep on falling, falling, falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry. I keep on falling, 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 falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me. And I keep on falling, falling, falling. Will I ever reach the bottom? I'm sorry. I keep on falling, 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 falling. The dealer of pain is what they call me.
Freak, are you kidding me?
Anytime. Insane 98.
one. Suicide, motherfuckers. Shafts the dome. We're all in. Fuck it up. Do it again. Ooh, yeah.
Rumble, YouTube family, what's good? What's happening? Ironwork 92,000 in the house, here for an early edition of Flat Earth Friday. Welcome, welcome. We got quite a bit for you, something a little bit different. But before we even go there, first of all, I would like to say thank you for joining us at such short notice, early on a Friday. Of course, we knew that we'd be on tonight, but at the same time, we didn't know that it was going to be this early. Hell, I didn't know that it was going to be on this early, but it is what it is. It's cool. Times are a little bit different because I'm not in my house right now, right? Of course, the background looks a little bit different. Typically, if I'm doing something else, someplace else, I'd have a background. Right now, I'm just not doing it because the background just fucks with me. You know what I'm saying? And already I've got the expletives already. We ain't even start with what the topic is with tonight, and I didn't even greet everybody. So before we even get down to brass tacks, man, let's do that part first. Let me say hi to the people I hadn't said hi to yet. So let's do that first. I'm glad to have you guys here again at such short notice, but you know, what better way to break up the monotony of what the week has given us than Flat Earth Friday with your man Ironwork 92,000. And I am forever grateful to you guys. And first and foremost, right out the box, Health Coach Jason, how you doing, family? It's good to see our brother Health Coach Jason. How you doing, sir? Thank you. And he's coming out of the Rumble side, y'all. Health Coach Jason is off of the Rumble side, and I'm very happy to see that you guys are taking advantage of the whole Rumble side of things. Thank you oh so much. And thank you again. I can't begin to tell you how happy I am to see you guys actually using Rumble. Start looking at me on Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Because my days on YouTube are becoming short. Things are happening. Things are starting to change. It is what it is, man. We just roll with the punches and we get better as the days progress. Either way, Half Warrior, how you doing, sir? One of my day ones, Half Warrior, how you doing tonight? Hopefully everything's going solid on your end. It's good to see you, Mr. Warrior. Thank you, sir. Thank you. DJ New Moon is in the house. Jeff Gashead, C Lightning 300. It's Flat. How are you, sir? Good to see you, Mr. Flat. All right. You got that stripy fish. That looks like a sheep's head almost. That stripy fish that you have in your thing. I remember back in the day when I used to dive, you see sheep's head. Anytime I dive, we would be down there on a sub that would be sitting there for a while, and then we'd scrape barnacles off of like the prop, right? And anytime we'd scrape barnacles, you see them sheep head like sitting right next to your face. They got these, I call them striped fish, right? I'm just like striped fish, and then they got an official name, sheep's head. And then they sitting there, these teeth, they got these teeth on them, look like almost like people teeth. They sitting there like, and then you scrape the barnacles off, and then they just start catching them shits, just eating them. It's wild. I like sheep's head. Not eating them. I've never eaten sheep's head, but anyway. Mr. Nemesis, Awakened Nemesis is in the house. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Awakened Nemesis, man. Awakened Nemesis has been gone for a while, but he was there last episode. But it's good to see him. It's good to see you, Awakened Nemesis. That's like our walking library over there. Whoa, Joe, how you doing, family? Family. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And guys, be sure to take care in here because people could get a little bit testy and it could be wild. So make sure you take good care of each other and take care of yourselves in here. And know that it could get crazy in here at the same time. Plain and Simple Truth. How you doing, sir? Welcome. Good to see you. Plain Reality, another one of our brothers from down under, or I think it's Plain and Simple Truth. One of you guys is down under. Maybe both of y'all is down under. I don't even know. But it's good to see y'all regardless. Mr. Alki, Sean Alki's in the house. Where there's Sean Alki, we know ABC's not too far behind. So ABC, we'll make sure to shout you out too. Angela Baby Carson, I know she's in the house, but it's good to see you, Sean Alki. Good to see you, bro. Mr. Saddlebum's in the house. Welcome, Mr. Saddlebum. Good to see you. All right. Yeah, man. Here we are. We're carrying on as usual, moving and grooving. I love it. Ryan S., how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Welcome. The ultimate Amy. She's going to come out. You know what I'm saying? Running into the ring, got the makeup, the hair wild and stuff, the little tassels coming off of our arm. That's the ultimate warrior. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, Ultimate Amy, welcome, family. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, man. It's Friday, man. It's high energy tonight. You know, it's high energy and it's going to be a little bit wild. Valley Parks is in the house. How you doing, brother? How you doing? Good to see you, Valley Parks. Okay. Valley Parks is in the house. Next chapter's in the house. Welcome, family. Welcome. Okay, yeah, man. Look at that, man. We are moving. We are grooving. Friday night, and the weekend's here. I'm here to unwind. Where's the party? At Ironworks house. Oh, everybody, wave your hand. Remember that shit? Wave your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Say ho, ho, say ho, ho. Horse Sheets, how you doing, family? I know. I'm getting to it, y'all. I'm getting to it. Just want to make sure I give everybody their due respect. I say what's up to everybody that's in the house, and that's it. That's who we got, man. Yo, and it's good to see y'all, man. Like I said, man, it's always a pleasure having you guys in the house, man. You guys make this show amazing, and without you, we ain't got no show. You know what I'm saying? Or we got a show. It's me by myself talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nothing without you guys. You guys make the pillars. You guys are the pillars. You guys volumize what this show is. And so everything that you guys provide and the way that you guys do it, people talk about you, right? And people talk about you outside of this show in a very, very good light. So keep it up. You guys make this show and this platform amazing. And I look forward to a lot more with y'all, whether it's on YouTube, Rumble, or Fanbase, or wherever. Doesn't matter. I'm going to keep talking. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, we've got quite a little bit of a show tonight. Like, things are going to be a little bit different. We're going to be getting down to we're going to discuss some things, right? We're going to be discussing the flat earth from a different perspective, and we're going to be talking about things like, you know, people's feelings, their emotions, and stuff like that. As of late, you've had people making bad videos about me, or videos talking crap about me, about I don't know what reality is, whatever, right? Of course, the Drunk Show. His name is the Drunk Show. You guys know that guy that was over here. I'm not going to sit here to bash his name. Not even worth it, right? Ida Hill, how you doing? Ida Hill's in the house. Welcome, Ida Hill. Good to see you, right? And so the Drunk Show, I guess based off of our last stuff, this guy wants to sit here and discuss what reality is. Okay, look, I'm not going to get into the whole mathematics of this and that. Like, we could talk math. Listen, if you want to talk math, right, you could talk math. At some point, you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to apply your math to what is in front of you're going to have to apply math to reality. Okay? Math is not reality if the math doesn't match. I don't give a fuck what. If you say I got 10 buckets of ice cream and I go in my fridge and I only have 3 buckets of ice cream, what the fuck is you talking about? I got 3 where the fuck is these 10 buckets of ice cream? You see, the problem is when you start saying that your math is reality, but it doesn't match up with what the actual reality is. Do you know how much? This is how Wesley Snipes wound up in jail. This is how people get in trouble for tax evasion. You know what I'm saying? Because their math, they claim math matches up with reality, but the IRS tends to see something else, tends to see something different, right? And so, like, please, like, kill that noise, okay? And so somebody, look, I'm not going to go to the Drunk Show, because you don't come onto my platform, start talking shit to me and think I'm going to be all right with it. Now I'm just going to kick you out. And if we were in person, you definitely wouldn't be talking to me like that. You understand? When we're in person, you'd have more respect for a person. So you're not going to come on to my show. I'm going to put you on quiet. Then you're going to talk shit. Nah, that's not how it works here. You understand? But it's all gravy, man. He's going to talk shit about how I don't get reality. Well, it's a difference, because if all you do is go to college, you drink alcohol, and then you don't go out and put your boots on the ground and do the work. Like, what's the use? How are you going to say anything? How could you talk? I'm asking you, what is it that you've done to make these claims that I'm wrong? At least I don't have a degree. I'm not bragging about not having or having one. I don't have one, right? I could say I've been privileged to see the world naked. I've been privileged to see the world the way it is, right? I've been lucky. There are many people that have not, but then you have a lot more people that have, right? And they've seen it in such a unique way that they can tell you the truth as to what is before their eyes, right? That's what makes the difference between a fucking college boy and a grown man that uses his fucking funds, and that has a grown man and grown women as well. I'm not the only one that's done these things. You've got many other folks out there that have done it, right? That have seen the world for what it is, and that'll be more than happy to tell you the truth based off of what is out there. But then you have others of them that they want to hold on to this mathematics lie and kind of combine the two and say, well, it looks like that because no, it just looks like that because it's fucking flat. I'm sorry. I didn't make this fucking place. My bad. I didn't. Right. So if anybody sees the drunk show or something like that, I don't know what you can say what you want. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. But I take it as an honor if you're going to make fun of me, right? And that's all part of it. You're gonna talk about how big my nose is, about how dumb I am, sure, right? But I take that as an honor because I've inspired you to think otherwise. You're not inspiring me to think that the earth is a globe because I already know. We already know. But I've gotten under your skin. That's good. That's good. Hopefully, it inspires enough thought for you to do the right thing and to take your lazy, drunk ass out there and do what the fuck is right. Do your due diligence, right? Don't sit there talking shit because here's the thing. Everything you say is on record, sir. Everything you said and the way you said it and the way you make fun of me and my dumb self, it's on the record. So what happens is ultimately people are going to start looking into these claims that I've made. And then they're going to look into the claims that you've made. And then they're going to compare my apples to your apples. You know what's going to happen? The drunk show, you're going to lose credibility. You're going to lose all that credibility, all that hard work that you put in to get however many subscribers you got, you got your little setup and everything else like that. You got your little shop, your shit look nice, sound is good, probably got better internet quality than me. You know what I'm saying? But all that hard work is going to go down the drain. You want to know why? They're going to see you for what you are. A drunk, dick sucking, taking it up the booty hole ass liar. They're going to see you. You know what? You can remove all those other expletives. They're going to see you as a liar. And that's a problem when we come into the world of journalizing and the world of bringing the truth to people, because people are tired of the lies, dude. You think I just come out here because I just want to come out here to talk? I don't. Hey, hold on, y'all. We got somebody on here. I think you guys would want to hear. Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, if you're still up for meeting me tomorrow, there is a place.
Yeah, what you got? Hey, by the way, we're live if you wanted to know.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, yeah,
Who they're talking to?
yeah, I'm live. I'm on the show right now. It's Mark Sargent, y'all.
Cool. What's the channel name again?
Ironwork 92,000. No S in the Ironworks. No S.
I see you.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm live. Join us if you will.
Awesome. I will join your chat room. I'm in. I'm live. Oh crap. I got it.
All right, man. Do your thing, bro.
Anyway, I will. Do you want me to? Will you remember this if I tell you?
Do you want to say it live?
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyone can meet us there. If we're there down in the show, unless you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's called Red Cup Cafe.
Got it. Got it. Easy day.
Red Cup Cafe. You can't miss it. And I will have my phone with me. What time do you want to meet there? You want to call me later after the podcast?
Yeah, after the podcast works. I don't want nobody to drop any sticks of dynamite in there. So
I gotcha. Okay, call me after, and I'll join your chat room.
perfect.
All right, thanks, man.
You got it, man. Peace.
Okay.
while I'm here, I might as well do something, right? So, yeah, like real talk, all that shit you're gonna talk, all that nonsense you're gonna mention, man, you lose credibility, bro. And then here's the thing: you can make fun of me, you can talk about how big my nose are, how crooked my mouth is. At the end of the day, I'm gonna withstand time. My words will withstand the tides of time. Remember what happened 4 or 5 years ago? Remember that shit? I bet your dick sucking ass lips was out there touting that nonsense, talking about how we should go ahead and get that little pokey poke. Remember that? Yeah, you probably played the hokey pokey like a lot more other people. And then if you did and you just came into the understanding of what it is what it is, yo. I ain't got no smoke for you. But if you're out there telling people to go out there and kill themselves with the hokey pokey, and a lot of people can't dance these days, they're no longer with us. Now, how do you feel? There's a problem with lying to people. There's a problem with bringing information out there that's ultimately going to get people killed. And you're one of those people, motherfucker. You are one of those people, The Drunk Show. Talk about me as much as you want. Keep talking about me. My words will withstand the test of time. Let's see how your words work. Let's see how it works for you. Only time will tell. I'm cool with it. I'm fine. So I'm gonna leave that where it is, and we're gonna move on. So, family, we do have somebody in here. We got a guest. Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess who we got? Somebody, please. Anybody? Somebody guess. Guess, not guess jeans. Who we got? Who we got? We got somebody in the house, y'all. We got somebody in the house. So, you guys know him. Living in New York. Hair look like this. Swoosh to the side. You know what I'm saying? He got his horn rim glasses. Comes on from time to time. Mad crazy with it. Everybody, let's welcome our brother from another, our man Lowry. Welcome, Lowry. Welcome, bro.
What's up, Vlad?
Man. Been a while, man.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute, man. It's been we are no longer of New York City. We just made the exodus from the Big Apple. So we're kind of like on a little journey right now. And we are in Kentucky currently. In case you can see, I've got a wild animals head behind me, likely shot by NDB. And I think there's a couple more in here. Avid deer hunter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. It's been a while. We've been out of the loop for about 2 weeks. This whole Exodus thing. I'm going to tell the whole story tomorrow or Sunday night on Tinfoil Sombrero.
Okay.
I'll just give you the quick glance. It took us 2 weeks. It happened really fast. We got bought out of our loft and we shot out of the city. Cruised out to Louisville. There's so much to this story. I'll tell it on Sunday. Got to Louisville and everything of 20 years in the back of our U-Haul got jacked. And so we're here at NDB's with a minimal amount of studio gear, 4 or 5 suitcases with everything left that we own in it on our way to Outer Banks as the final destination. So it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I'm not going to bog down this podcast with that story. We'll do that on Sunday. But it's really good to see it. It's good to be back online. I haven't been out there for a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah, I know, man. And you missed quite a bit. And I think what I mean by you've missed quite a bit is you probably didn't miss quite a bit, but we've discussed quite a bit, rather. You've probably seen it in passing. I know you guys have been busy. I'm sorry to hear about your stuff getting jacked. Nothing against our brother Ford Jacks, which welcome Ford Jacks. It's good to see you. And Joe Osborne, good to see you too, right? Sorry to get that you got your stuff jacked, but hopefully, things like the insurance and stuff like that, it's going to be able to cover all the stuff that you lost. And I understand that you might have lost a couple of things because we did see guitars and stuff like that in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there was a lot. It was a lot. But you know what? There's no woe is me stuff on this. It's just things. And we'll go through it on Sunday. And thanks for all. There's tons of calls coming in. We'll go cover it on Sunday. But man, it's gotten interesting lately in the FE out there in FE land, right?
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It is. And, people are getting desperate. When you see all this, when you see all of that anger at us, because remember, we're dumb. We're idiots. We're fucking idiots. We're fucking retards. Anybody else? Guys, give it to me. What else have we heard that we are? We're ignorant. We can't see reality. We don't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. What else, guys? What else? Like you hear it all the time about us as flat earthers. Our numbers are growing, right? The people and the quality of people, which we've always had some strong quality people. You can see that you've got people from all walks of life becoming flat earthers. When you see the truth, you see it. Like you're not going to be able to unsee it. And it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, you're going to say it like it is. And if you happen to be an engineer, if you happen to be a doctor, if you happen to be a pilot, if you happen to be a person that builds bridges, you're just going to call it for what it is.
You know, and we're seeing like now that we understand kind of how the game is played, how the intelligence game is played, or how the subversion game is played within a community of people that talk to each other about a common topic. You know, the flat earth is not a cult. It is nothing like that at all. If anything, most of us abhor the idea of a cult altogether. It brainwashes you into thinking for yourself. And I will say that to the end of time, and that they're swerving all of these different narratives and different, I saw one guy that was changed his name, and now he's got a complete YouTube video or YouTube channel that says flat earth is a cult, which we've been saying for years. It is the opposite of a cult. It's like the polar opposite of a cult. We don't like anybody. We're leaderless. We like being on our own, and we're safe on our own, doing our own observations of the world that we live in. And a cult is quite opposite of that. And they're using that narrative. It's so obvious, you know, since we've been watching this over the course of time. It's the subversion that we're starting to see, and how they're working it in different angles. It's really easy to see now. And like, there was a couple of things that happened this week that's going to be brand new tonight to a lot of people that we're going to talk about a little bit. I'm going to try to frame my language up so that but I think it's all public record. So I'm going to talk about it in a context where everybody understands that if you've been listening to, say, Vlad, or if you've been in the community for a while and you know the gist of what happened this last winter, if you're new to the community, this will be you'll just be like, what the hell are they talking about? But now it's becoming obvious, and it's so easy to see what the strategy is for whoever these people are that are trying to get at us. We're starting to see it in real time, and now we've got. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to use this. Let's just remember this: cease and desist is the word of the night tonight. Cease and desist.
Oh,
and
boy.
why is it important? Why is it such a big deal? It's a constitutional issue. It's an issue with free speech. It's an issue with some straight up bullshit going on with whoever the Three Stooges and, you know, the Duffy crowd and that sort of thing. They're adding fuel to the fire that is impossible to not see. You're just like, you got to be kidding me. Every time you do one more layer of this crap, the more obvious it becomes. And, you know, so we're going to look at something, you know, here in a bit and really talk about I think the nature of the freedom of speech, not just talking about, you know, FE, but talking about anything we want to talk about. If we see something glaring obvious that looks really suspicious, we need to talk about it. We need to have a conversation about it. It's not speculation. It is not hurling insults at people. It is just what is. It's public record. And yeah, so like I'm just kind of softly walking into that, Vlad. But you know, whenever you're ready to start getting into it, I've got something ready to share. And there's something that it's all about the same narrative we've been talking about since this debacle that happened with TFE in the winter. And we're not even talking about half those losers anymore. They're just out of my mind, out of my life forever. But now this is starting to trickle into our community, you know, in the form of a cease and desist letter. And it's gone out to at least 2 prominent people in the community. And I think there might have been 3 or 4. Some people are just kind of waiting back for a minute, but I do have some permission to at least talk a little bit about what happened. This is brand new stuff. I knew about it yesterday. I've been out for 2 weeks and like everybody caught me up. So yeah, I'm ready to talk about it whenever you are.
All right. Okay. I've got a couple of questions for you, but before we roll into the questions, I want to say special shout out to Lev Kung, our brother Lev Kung Shaolin's in the house. Lev Kung Fu Shaolin, what's going on, fam? Lev Kung Fu Shaolin, David Banner, Dr. Banner's in the house. Shawnee B, that's some amazing shit you got over there, man. Everybody that don't know, check out Shawnee B's channel. Shawnee B has an amazing channel, and he gives it from a Boston perspective. But like again, man, Shawnee B's out there, man, doing boots on the ground work, and he's seeing some stuff that maybe we might have seen, but we definitely don't pay attention or enough attention to. Well, that's where Shawnee B comes in, and he pays those places all the attention. They get all that work from him, and it's some really amazing stuff. Go ahead, check it out, y'all. ADR, what's going on, family? Welcome, welcome. Don't go to bed yet. Hang out with us, kick it with us. You know what I'm saying? Welcome, welcome. Everybody know Harmon. Harmon's in the house. You know, Harmon going to do his thing. But welcome, man. Welcome, 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 man. It's good to have you guys in here. Now, so you mentioned Lowry, you mentioned cease and desist, right?
Yeah.
And so you mentioned the three musketeers, the three amigos.
We're
the
referring to them
wise,
as the Three Stooges
the
right
three
now.
stooges.
I'm going to read their names in there. Like again, like this is not
Okay.
even a personal attack on any of them anymore. This is just what's public record. So I'm gonna read the cease and desist, and I have two names that I could say, and then there's two more names that I'm just gonna back off from because there's other things at foot there. But like I want to at least be able to read what came out of I guess the Three Stooges camp is that's what we're calling them. And I'm happy to. I'll show it up. I'll share it on screen, and it's just a basic. The lawyers send this stuff out every day, and usually never gets any traction anyway. It's just like, hey, we did it proper. You stop talking about this. The topic of the matter is that I know the video that was first sent out by one of the people that got a cease and desist letter. I watched it with a clear eye, and everything that was in that video was public record, and it actually happened. It was there. There was no defamation in any of that other than what's public record. And what the lawyers for the cease and desist people basically are, they're trying to do the first volley of a threat saying, hey, you guys are defaming our clients, which is never going to work because everything that went out in that video was public record and it was true. Everything else was speculation and could someone be affected by SEC violations? It was speculation. It was set up very up front in the video, the person that made the video. I mean, it was right there for everyone to see. So, now we're getting into what's going to be the talk really is what are we allowed to talk about anymore? Like, if you talk to somebody back in like the early 2000s, if someone said, hey, somebody thinks the earth is flat, they would have laughed and be like, I don't know, if they think the earth is flat, that's great. I don't need to now it's a full on assault on this community, full on assault. And not just the average person that you talk to, a lot of people, they're like, I've heard about this flat earth thing. I'm down with it, but like, I'm not opposed to it either. And there's this small little group that seems to be really concerned about attacking our community to a point where it's like, it's weird. It's like, why are you spending so much of your life energy on attacking our cosmological, disposition in such an aggressive manner unless we're over the fucking target? It's weird. So like what we're going to talk about tonight is that this was two prominent people got cease and desist letters. Two more people, at least one more that I know of. We're not going to talk about that tonight. Not ready for that one yet, but and I was going to show it on the screen. I was going to read it just so you guys see what it says. It is public record. Anyone can go seek it out. It's going to be all over the interwebs probably in the matter of, a couple days. Well, if it goes out tonight, it'll be all over everything. But anyway, if you want me to, I could read through it and I can share it. You want me to do it that way? How do you want me to do it?
Let's go ahead. You got it up on the stage. You want to go ahead, throw it on the stage, and you could read it for all those that might have a hard time with the English.
Yeah. So it's already there. So you just have to put it up.
Boom. There it is. And then you could drive, man. Go ahead.
All right. So this is Wilson Elser, Muskowitz, Edelman, and Dicker, LLP. Can't quite read that, but
Synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, whatever. March 27th, 2025. Looks like we've got a Dick Muse. That's an interesting Dick Muse. You got his numbers there. And here we go. This one went out to the Sarge, and I've had permission to say it. Another one went out to Weiss. This is the same one that went to Weiss. This is the one that went to Sargent. It reads the same way. So Federal Express and email Mark Sargent, 2125 Myers Road, Langley, Washington, 98260. Got his email address on there. Everybody knows his email address anyway, so like it's not like I'm doxing him or anything. He put it on YouTube. He'll think that's funny. Cease and desist. Okay. Dear Mark, Mr. Sargent, the undersigned is legal counsel to Paul Lindbergh, Robbie Davidson, Patricia Steer, that would be Paul on the plane. Robbie Davidson, Patricia Steer, Patricia Steer being a former host on Sargent's Strange World. Robbie Davidson being one of the first people that developed the Flat Earth Conference, at least the first 2 years. And Paul on the Plane had a really good channel about basically measuring Earth's curvature, and it was really fantastic until what's happening now. So, okay, I'm gonna leave it there. And then the purpose of this letter is to officially demand that you immediately cease and desist from making any further false, defamatory, or misleading statements about my clients that have caused significant harm to their reputation and professional standing, and that you issue a public retraction on the same forums where the defamatory statements were made. To be clear, you have made numerous false, defamatory, and misleading statements about all of my clients, including but not limited to. And now I want it right here. I just want you guys to pay attention while I read this. How many times within the language flat Earth is brought up in this? It's very important. It's extremely important, because if you're a lawyer doing this kind of stuff, you don't even include flat Earth. It's like if they're defaming, they're just getting defamed. Why are you bringing up flat Earth? Anyway, here we go. So, alleging that my clients committed SEC violations related to Axion. That was a speculation that lined up with the behavior of certain people that were involved with that. There were no claims made in that initial video that I'm aware of that made any sort of claim. They just, the maker of the video asked the question, hey, would it be possible that someone could be compromised if they were in trouble with the SEC for Axion? There was nothing else that happened there. Asserting that they lost large sums of money on Axion and were desperate for funds. That was, yeah, there was, okay, I'm going to leave it there. Let's keep going. Stating that they were pressured by authorities into renouncing, here we go, this is the real big one. Stating that they were pressured by authorities into renouncing flat Earth beliefs in exchange for protection from legal consequences relating to the SEC. First of all, if you would have read that sentence to somebody in 2009, they would have laughed their fucking ass off and been like, what in the fuck is this lawyer talking about? Flat Earth shit and everything else. Well, now it's sitting here in legalese. What's wrong with the flat Earth? It never did anything to you. What'd the flat Earth do to you? Nothing. You know, it's so dumb. It's stupid. All right, here we go. With respect to Patricia Steer, maintaining that she received a car in exchange for turning away from being an active member of the flat Earth community. You know, basically what happened there was like, it was bad timing. It was kind of a bad look for her. She actually posted a brand new car right at the point in time where she flipped from flat Earth.
Whoa.
Kind of weird, but you know, it's kind of weird. I don't know that that's any, I don't know what that is, but it was weird. So, contending Robbie Davidson accepted thousands of dollars in order to allow Logan Paul and Jake Bird of Jimmy Kimmel Live to attend separate flat Earth conferences. Again, the flat Earth thing comes up again, for the sole purpose of making hit pieces against flat Earth. I don't know what the money exchange was, but I remember every single time that Robbie Davidson let people in there that he knew was going to do detriment to what they were actually getting up to at that conference. That's what I know. That's it. All right. So that they don't want anybody talking about any of this stuff anymore, even though we've got, you know, I was at least watching it live. The ones with Robbie Davidson where he let people in knowingly and sold them tickets. This is what I understand, to come in and troll the place. All right. And that happened apparently twice. So anyway, I'm going to leave that at that because we're going to get into speculation land and I don't want to do that. This is just what got sent out to Mark and Weiss and a few other people. These statements are false and made with reckless disregard for the truth. Okay, so this is where it gets to be bullshitty. All right. We were discussing the possibility, at least this video was, the initial video, the possibility that the SEC might be able to swerve your opinion about, oh, I don't know, your cosmology, because that's so important to the lawyer and their law firm that you believe that, oh, I don't know, the Earth may not be a ball. Why is it so important to any of these people at all, and going to this
Right.
link, it's not that big of a fucking deal. All right.
Yes.
So here we go. Cease and desist from making any further false, defamatory or misleading statements about my clients, whether on your channel, during interviews, on other people's channels, in print, audio, or memes, including any tongue-in-cheek or veiled statements on any platform, both written or recorded, alluding to my clients' involvement with illegal activities or receiving goods or money from the authorities in exchange for leaving the flat earth community. Okay, now this first statement right here is like, fuck you, whoever wrote this. We have a right to talk about whatever the fuck we want. All right, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Remove all online content, transcripts, written posts, and recordings of the false, defamatory, or misleading statements from all platforms where they have been posted or shared. That's bullshit too, because frankly, nobody got hurt in this. They may have got butt hurt because, like, you know, they decided to sell out the flat earth community for money or whatever the hell happened. Either way, that's what happened. It's public record, and we can all see it. All right, here.
Right.
Issue a public retraction on the same forums, which is really funny. Issue a public retraction on the same forums where the false, defamatory, or misleading statements were made, and acknowledge that the statements were made about my clients are false. In addition, my clients require that you leave the public retraction posted on the forums. That one to me is the one that just blows my mind. I mean, that's the most just like, are you serious?
Wow.
Like, I have a mouth and I say words, I talk about things because I see stuff that's true and I want to talk about it. And if it turns out to be false, great. None of these people lost, like they didn't lose their lives. They didn't lose their house. They didn't do anything. They got butt hurt. And then they got a lawyer to come in here and talk about flat earth through this whole damn cease and desist. Okay, so let's move on. Anyway, therefore, if you fail to comply with this demand within 7 days of receiving this letter, my clients will have no choice but to consider all available legal remedies, including but not limited to filing a defamation lawsuit seeking damages for reputational and financial harm, including a potential claim for punitive damages due to the intentional, wanton, false, and reckless nature of your statements, and seeking a court order compelling the removal of all false, defamatory, or misleading statements. This letter is only written notice that you will receive to seek an amicable resolution on this matter. Thank you in advance for your cooperation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. So that was all for all the listeners. Sorry you guys had to watch me read that whole thing through. Anyway, this is a giant steaming pile of horse shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Wonton. Why would they even bring up Chinese food? Wonton for what? Just kidding. Anyway.
So what you have there is, and I can stop sharing that. Okay. What you have there is like what I would call a volley coming from the same group of people who apparently have you know, I don't know. It looks as though if you were to look at all the evidence available, they all three were involved in the same thing, which was the initial video said, hey, it looks like it's this way. Could possibly they were compromised? Could be. Nobody lost anything but their reputation, and they got butthurt on this, and they got a cease and desist thrown at everybody for people just talking what they say, which is a constitutional right for everybody to do, you know. And yes, there are certain cases for defamation that do work and that do actually hurt somebody. They hurt them in every way. This doesn't smell like that. This smells like a unified front of complete and utter bullshit to me. That's just my opinion. And everyone's welcome to go out and do the research and look into the Axiom stuff and everything on their own. We already presented that stuff 2 weeks ago. If you want to dig deeper and find out, all that stuff was public record, including Duffy's stuff. It's on the SEC website. It's in the video. It's public record. All right. So this got swum over into Patricia Steer, got swum over into Alan and Paul and Robbie. And so now the unified front is coming back, and it's become lawfare at some level. So there you go. That's happening now. But here's the thing about it is, what's really weird is, like, these guys aren't very good chess players. Whoever's telling them what to do, if there's somebody telling them what to do, it's just adding more fuel to the fire. It's adding, like, the more this gets twisted up, the more we can see clearly what the hell's going on. You know, if they were smart, everyone would just disappear. The three of them would disappear and their lawyers would disappear and never show up again. It would probably buy the heliocentric model another 3 years of life. But now it's like, it's less than that now. You know, it's like, this is so obvious what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's clear.
And so my thing to kind of add on to what it is you're saying, uh, Bro Sanchez's, all you guys that are watching this, take note. Take note, add on to it. Add on to what you're hearing here, what you're watching here, add on to it. If we're so stupid, if we're so idiotic, if we're so foolish, if it's such a farce and it's such and that big a mistake to recognize this earth as what it is, then why are they making such a big deal about it? I mean, we're just idiots, right? We're
It's
stupid, right?
weird,
We don't know
dude.
what reality is, right?
It's weird. I've got one more, and this is just Dave Weiss's lawyer's response. It's just a real short one here. And let me pull this up. I'll just read it. It's like 2 paragraphs long, so it won't take very long. And this is what, basically the position for Weiss is let's see. Let me see if I can get this up here. This isn't Mark's lawyer's response. This isn't anybody else's lawyer's response. This is just Weiss's. It's pretty basic. Let's see. I think it's this one. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right.
Let's
So
go
you can just,
ahead and I could go ahead and
it'll be a little busy, but
all right, I'll
for-
let you drive. Go ahead.
yeah, for settlement purposes only, dear Mr. Corbett, my name is Jonathan Gross, an attorney. I'm representing David Weiss regarding the cease and desist letter you sent to him dated March 27th, 2025 on behalf of Paul Lindbergh, Robbie Davidson, and Patricia Steer. Mr. Weiss is not aware of making any false, defamatory or misleading statements about your clients. However, in the interest of avoiding needless litigation for both sides, he will remove any comments that your clients believe to be defamatory, unless they are clearly non-defamatory statements, including but not limited to a clear statement of opinion. As you know, Mr. Weiss produces copious content online, so I suggest the best way to handle this is to begin with your client, sending a list to all links with timestamps so he can review the content and remove it if necessary. If this is acceptable, please have your clients compile and send a list of content that they want removed, with the understanding that the first list is not exhaustive. Hopefully, we can work together and resolve this swiftly, smoothly, and with the finality in the best interest of all parties. Should you have any questions, blah, 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 feel free to reach me out, that sort of thing. So basically what the real question that happens here is what we have is like, this is a question of just free speech. And it's so grossly a question of free speech, where you've got people talking about what's public record, we think it might be this way, but we're not saying that it is, but it looks weird. So we're calling out some weirdness. Speculation is freedom of speech, but you call it speculation before you even start doing the video, which they did. This initial video, this is all speculation. Please do your own research. Everything was set up that this looks weird. We're going to talk about it. So you're going to go after somebody that's speculating and drawing lines that make a lot of sense. You're going to go after that. Then you're going to go after their ability to even produce words out of their mouth. It's Orwellian shit, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
Orwellian.
agree. It's unfortunate for them because you've got a foundry right now of very, very annoyed people. That's fine. That's good. They're just making it worse. It's an itch that you shouldn't be scratching, and you've just made it worse. Yeah. I don't know what else to say to that, other than so then what are your thoughts outside of this? Where do you think these guys move from here? 1 and 2, what do you know that they're doing, if you can even talk on that?
I mean, I'm delivering what I was basically presented to yesterday, because I was out of the loop for like 2 weeks. But like, I'm just coming at it a fresh standpoint. It's like, okay, so now you're going to go at people to have them not say their opinions on a matter, basically through lawfare and everything else. I mean, really, YouTube is a public square where everybody should be able to talk about whatever they want.
Right.
Clearly, YouTube has a bit of a problem with our cosmological disposition, because they crushed us in 2018 or 2017. It's weird. I would think, like, I don't know, maybe child porn or, human trafficking might be a little more of something they want to focus on and getting it out of YouTube. But no, us people
with a whipping boy.
Yeah, it's just like,
boy.
Why is Flat Earth so important to them to crush it? You got to ask yourself that question. That is the ultimate question of all time. Why is it that topic is the hardest for anyone to get past their, the thing in their head? It's like, because we're over the fucking target.
Yep. And
That's
then
it.
you got to look. It's the synagogue of Satan. They hired the synagogue of Satan to do their fucking dirty work. They hire the synagogue of Satan every fucking time to sit there. Guys, you shouldn't be talking about this. And if you continue, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sue. Peggy Sue. Go sue a dick, motherfuckers. Go suck a dick, dude. Nobody's going to stop. Nobody's stopping. You could stop one or two of us. You know what you've done? You've effectively started a whole entire movement. Thank you guys. You guys made a big fucking mistake. That's all I could say. And you can stop me from talking. You could probably stop Lowry from talking. Sure. Are you going to stop these other motherfuckers? No.
No, you know what? Honestly, it's like whack-a-mole. I'm almost happy. Like I'll be happy when the day comes where I can just play music and let other people pop up and start taking over all this talk that we've been talking about for years. I want people to do whack-a-mole, pop up, and like, I'm gone. I'll go play music. I'm like, this guy's taking over now. Oh, you're taking over. Oh, and then eventually it's just like unstoppable because that's what it was. I mean, if you talk like, Sarge had a great thing about the YouTube leaderboard that the one day, I can't remember what year it was, 2017, 2018, where Flat Earth surpassed Donald Trump on hits on YouTube, and then they leaderboard down. Now, why would it be so important to YouTube to take the leaderboard down? It's weird. It's weird. It's like
that's their bread and butter too.
People can like backhand, FE and be like, that's so weird. I don't care. Those flat earthers are so weird or whatever. But like really take the leaderboard down. I mean, I think it's kind of funny that Flat Earth like went over the top of Donald Trump that year. And I'm like, that's when you're over the target, man. I'm repeating myself, but
No. I hear you. And again, like this, I've spoke with Sam Abukaya about this. And this is exactly why the Flat Earth needs to remain leaderless, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that I recognize that they tried to highlight before the final experiment went down, or while it was going down, if I'm not mistaken, that there was a leader of the Flat Earth movement. And I was like, a leader? So, of course, they went to Jaron. I don't even want to say his name. Jesus, I shouldn't have even said it. I really don't want to give that name power in here. Too late. So I've said it. So they gave it to Judas, right? They said Judas was the leader of this movement. And so he took it, ran with it. You know what the rest is, the fallout. So now they have somebody to focus on everything else. And then we kind of laughed it off and said, the leader? No. A big channel? Yes. A big personality? Sure. But there is no leader. And this is why I've said it's so important for the movement to be the leader. The idea, the understanding of what this is to be the leader. Because now look, they think their little fucking paper and their threats of doing A, B, and C is going to stop us. You just made it worse. And you just showed your hand. Why is it such a big deal? Why is the Flat Earth such a big fucking deal? We're just a bunch of idiots, remember?
It's
We're
weird,
stupid,
right?
We're irresponsible. Everything, man. We're everything bad except for a child of God, right?
Yeah.
And with all that bad stuff, now you think using legalese and legal words and letters of stop, or else we're going to sue. So fucking what? You're going to sue everybody? Really? Well, you ain't going to get nothing out of us, man. We're a bunch of rocks, dude. And you're trying to squeeze juice out of us. It ain't happening. Sorry. I'm sorry to piss on your fucking little ass synagogue of Satan ass goddamn parade. You crooked motherfuckers. Sorry. You ain't getting shit out of nobody over here. And then the thing is, you just showing your hand, you exposing yourself. There's a lot more of us than there are you, so you need to tread lightly. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, like, after this winter and as much bullshit that went down, like so much chicanery and fuckery, like it actually really did. It was a trial by fire for a lot of us. We fought through it. We fought through a lot of crap, and we're still here. We're still here talking about the same subjects. We're still solidly spiritually anchored, and it's like, that's what FE is. It's like, you realize that this place is made. It was created. Who knows who made it, but like, it was created. And now we just have to fight the flak. You know, you're like those bombers going over Germany in World War II. You got to fight the flak. The flak is coming now, and this
Yeah.
is flak. This cease and desist is flak.
It's a lot of heat.
You know, if
It's a lot of heat.
Jaron actually goes on Joe Rogan, I mean, the Flat Earth community will rip that thing, that whole interview apart, and
Yeah,
it will be the laughing stock of the internet. And
he's desperate.
I look, whoever gets involved in this gauntlet of trying to come after Flat Earth, I don't envy them, because the hive mind that is in our community is the most intelligent hive mind I've ever seen. They will shred it from top to bottom, and no one will have any credibility. If he goes on Joe Rogan and they try to pull off some sort of like facade interview where they laugh and gaslight the community, it will get ripped apart and shredded. It will get eviscerated.
We know what's coming.
And it's coming. So
It's
like,
coming.
just get ready. Sharpen your pencils and like get ready to watch it.
This is what they don't like. And this is something that I said, right before the final experiment happened, I said, you guys go out there and it's fake. You're going to be hating life, because these people are going to come for you. These flat earth people are no fucking joke. And then the thing is I think what they do is they project as if we're a joke, but they know it's not a fucking fun place to be when you're on our bad side, or when we start to investigate you. It's a totally different fucking animal. So it's like, you know what? Cool. Go on Joe Rogan, talk shit about us. But there's one Joe Rogan and there's one Judas. Remember that. There's one Judas, one Joe Rogan. It's just one of you guys. And there's so many of us, and we see you. We see you when we see right through you. And we're ready for you. And whatever you give to us, we're going to give to you 1,000,000 times over, and it's not going to be pretty. See, because here's the thing. We're dealing with what's true and what's false. People are so tired of bullshit. You know how I know people are tired of bullshit? People don't want to drink soda no more. People are avoiding cigarettes, kind of, really, right? People are trying to get healthy. And then when you adopt the mindset of getting healthy, becoming your better self, you try to remove as much bullshit from your life as possible, to where when you see bullshit, you run from it. And if it tries to get in your way, it pisses you off, and then you conquer it, right? These guys are bringing nothing but lies and bullshit. And no matter how cool you think these lies are, no matter how cool you think you are because you've got the biggest channel or the biggest radio station, people listen. When people get a hold of the bullshit that you're touting, like, they won't forget it. And then that's what, when they hear your name, they will put it and pair it with the bullshit that you put out already. All you have to do, it just takes one time. Just one time for you to start putting out bullshit. So in the case of Mr. Rogan, for him to come out and say the moon landing was fake, whether you believe that or not, for him to come out and say it was fake, then like a year or so later, and the whole time,
and he flipped.
He couldn't wait to talk about that fucking moon landing. Then overnight, he has an interview with whoever, and then he's told, you know what? It was actually real, guys. It was real. You know what? No. All the real people that were listening to your channel at that point, they left. Why did they leave? Because they could see you for the bullshit artist that you are. And now you've got Judas that wants to do the same thing. And you know what? You do have people that want to lie to other people just for a paycheck. But here's the thing. After a while, the well done steak or the medium steak, you've had enough of them. The clean drinks and the good alcohol and the comfort, you have enough of it. And then you're going to be left with, what more do I have beyond this physical shit that's around me? You either have the truth, your balls, or you have nothing.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the truth, you really, you don't have anything as a man. If you don't have your word, if you don't have the truth, you're nothing. So bring it. Go ahead, bring whatever you got coming. Please bring it, because there are almost 100 people in here, and every last one of them can't wait to fucking make a channel. And let me tell you something. I'm going to go to your channels. You build a channel, I'll go to it, and I'll talk shit. And then the thing you're doing in here in the Foundry is the thing that I'm going to do in your channel. You guys, I've got a tiny channel. You've got other people out here that are telling the truth. These lawyers, listen, man, they know your name. They know who you are. You're done. Go ahead, man.
No, I'm good. I was just going to say, I've been talking a lot. If you want to open up the panel, if somebody wants to chat on, I was going to take a quick break. And then if you got some people that want to talk about this subject that might bring a little light to it, that maybe, I just brought what I knew as of yesterday. And, to me, it struck me as a constitutional issue. People are allowed to have their opinions. And they can broadcast those opinions. And if they really literally do hurt somebody physically or hurts them financially, which hurts them physically, there's might be a case for some of this shit. But like, I'm sorry, if you get butt hurt because someone called you a flat earther, or you might have switched from flat earth because you might have been prodded from some other angle by something. That's someone's opinion. But that didn't do anything to you. It didn't do anything to any of you. That's bullshit, and you don't step to anybody about their opinions and their speculation, especially if you say it's speculation at the beginning. We are exploring topics. We are not claiming anything.
Yeah.
When you say that someone's claiming something in a letter, even though that's not what happened, then you have crossed over a boundary where you're trying to shut somebody's mouth. You're trying to put a staple over somebody's lips so they cannot produce words out of their mouth, and that's Orwellian, and that's fucked up. And there you go.
They don't care. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, Notch. That's Z. But here's the thing, yo. They don't care about what's fucked up. This is what they care about. How are we going to get these guys to shut up? They don't play fair. Guys, listen. These people don't play fair. They will never play fair. They're part of the synagogue of Satan. That is the synagogue of Satan. That letter might as well have said SOS. From the synagogue of Satan to Mr. Sergeant, right? The synagogue of Satan never plays fair, man. They never play fair. Okay, so a quick recap. You have those in the community that have gotten cease and desist letters. Live music, how you doing? Big G's in the house. It's good to see you, family. Always a pleasure. Greg, good to see you. Welcome. And so these guys that have gotten cease and desist letters, basically it's saying that the Three Stooges, I'm not going to say their names, but you could see it in the letters. If you'd like to say it, Lowry, go right ahead, bro.
Well, I mean, you guys know who it is. You can back up the episode and you can see it on the paper.
You can back it up, and it's the Three Stooges, who you kind of would expect. They're basically crying, and now they've paid for lawyers to go after those that they've already said, hey, stop saying our name and mixing it with words like shill, liar, dick sucker, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Saying bad stuff about us, and basically, defamation and stuff like that. Or else. They're getting a big ass or else. If you don't, so on and so forth. That other stuff I added on, like dick sucker, liar, and shit like that. That's stuff that I added on. That's not what the letter said. I added that part on just so the record is fucking clean. Right?
It's creative license. It's creative license. You can do that.
Yeah. So basically these guys are getting threatened by lawyers that these guys hired, right, to make them shut up. That's exactly what's happening. Yeah. Right. Come dumpster. Right. Yeah. So these guys are getting bad words, man. They're getting bad they're getting bad stuff from these lawyers to be quiet. And so now we're kind of in a place where Lowry right now is going ahead and providing us this information, and shout out to you, Lowry. Thank you for that. Yeah, and we're leaving the panel open for the guys in the Foundry. We've got our brother Mark Sargent in the house. Harmon's in the house.
I'm going to take a break too, real quick, while you do that. I'm going to let you talk to people. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead, Lowry. Go ahead, man. Do your thing, bro. So yeah, y'all come on up, man. Come on up. Don't worry about what's going on where you at, man. Just come on up, step on up. You got something to say, come on up. Mr. Sergeant, come on up. You got a platform. Black light, my brother. Man, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, bro. I know I'm nice and early for you to be coming on tonight. So what's up, man? What's happening?
Yeah, this will work for me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, yeah, my bad. I'm trying to set my camera up and get right. But this is one thing. I was you had brought it up the last time we was on when you brought up the guy Vika, but I was mistaken. I didn't hear what you had said about the final experiment. But this is what I'm wondering.
Right.
So they got the whole Antarctic Treaty, right? It says like nobody can go there. So I'm wondering, how did they even get to Antarctica? Because I'm wondering if you saw this video. I saw this video, and I could probably, if you haven't seen it, I can send it to you to your email. It was about these guys. They were on a fishing boat, and they were like sailing, I don't know, I guess like south somewhere towards Antarctica,
Yeah.
and like some big destroyer stopped them and told them they had to turn around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
it's like some Swedish guys or some Norwegian guys or some shit.
yeah, so like,
Yeah.
if we see how that they're patrolling the waters, like how did they even get to Antarctica to do that final experiment? Like who even gave them the authorization to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
do you know, or
That's a good question, and
do
I
we
could
even know
guess.
for sure that they were in Antarctica? We trusting their word on it?
Man, and that's the thing, and that's the hard time that I'm having. I know I'm having. I do know that they have ALE. I think it's ALE or KLE, some shit like that. They set up trips. They arrange trips for people to go to a particular point. Oh goddamn, not point, but Union Glacier. Yes, Union Glacier. That's the only place that they could go to. Good to see you, man. That's the only place that they could go to in Antarctica, as far as we know, on a prearranged trip. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, like I don't know. Like I'm throwing guesses out there.
So
I
are
don't
we
know,
to
but that's a
assume
good,
that that's where they
yeah,
went?
yeah. Greg, before we continue, Greg, what's going on? Live music. Shout out to you, man. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
man.
How you doing, man?
All right. How are you guys?
Man, I'm shit. We just living, bro. We just living.
That's
Good
all
to
we can
see you
do,
though,
right?
man.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
as well. I'm in the middle of cooking some late dinner for me and my daughter, so I
Okay.
just thought it's easier than sitting there chatting. Although the unfortunate thing now is I can't type in the chat or
Oh,
read the chat when I'm in here on my phone.
yeah.
I didn't have a lot to say. I just thought that if I had something to speak up and say, that I
Right.
would. And maybe this isn't allowed because you've got the esteemed guest in there. But we just had a few words in there, and I don't know, maybe we just think out of the box. Let's think about what happened with old AJ from InfoWars, and when he was brought into the court and he pretended like he was being sued, like he was attacked. And I think part of that psyop was to go after and help silence us. Well, who did they allegedly attack here? Now get the letter, but an old buddy of hers and the other, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it. He's like, what have I ever done to go against it? Man, MS in there, there's many, many, many reasons many of us have not lied to you for many, many years. You come in here and acting like, what have I ever done to Flat Earth? Can you prove it in the chat? Dude, I'm sick of you people, man. You're part of that same crew that's been there the whole damn time. And all of a sudden we're supposed to trust you that, no, you're one that stuck through it. No, dude. I remember the early days of this. You're in nonsense with her and stuff in the hotel, on and on, man. So many reasons to dislike and distrust you. And you're trying to save face. It's pitiful that some people are still holding on to you. So there's my voice.
Wow.
I'll get off if you want, man. But I'm sick of these people like Mark. He's a damn loser. He's been part of that same crew. I've been calling out those whole people. The time will come when more and more people will finally catch on, even though people have known for many years that he's a loser. But now all of a sudden, like, oh, we got this great guy in our chat. Oh God, he's a god. No, man. I'm sick of this.
Well, it's good to see you, Greg.
Yeah, you too.
I'm not gonna go ahead and silence nobody. Like and here's the thing, y'all. I understand we have our guests in here, and like everybody in here is special to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm for real. Everybody in here is special to me.
Like
Even if we had, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like don't think that I'm here to set anybody up to get attacked. I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Like this is an honest discussion.
Yeah.
And we're here to speak honestly about what we have in front of us. Like, listen, I'm not here to pick one person over the next. This is why I like to have these discussions so we can hash them out, so we can talk about these things. You know what I'm saying? If we are of our word, if we are who we say that we are, well, shit, motherfucker, come over here, defend yourself, or don't defend yourself. That's fine. You don't have to. but we're very friendly in here. We really truly are, despite all the shit. You know, we are friendly. You know, Greg is normally not on one like this. Right now he is, but you know, things are kind of taking a turn, I guess. A turn, I don't know. It's a little bit awkward, and my armpits is sweating a little bit, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying?
And I apologize. And like Mark, I just did go look at my computer real briefly, and he said he didn't have a beef with me. Well, I honestly do with him, and maybe I'm getting too heated. And he's saying I don't have any reasons. You know, my memory is not good, and a lot of my reasons for him were from years ago. As you know, Vlad, I was into this. It's been a decade now, and so I was in early stages watching stuff that he was doing. And there are a number of things, like his opportunities on mainstream TV and how he almost seemed to mock us. How he goes in on that commercial for whatever that was and seemed to mock us. I mean, of course, hanging out with the wrong people doesn't prove you're bad. But he has, a decade plus of being with the wrong crew, wearing his little Masonic stuff and telling us that it's just being ironic. I mean, come on, I've had enough of that rubbing it in your face and saying it's ironic. He's at the, there's just too much to it. I have another decade prior to that of being in the so-called truth movement, the truth seeker, and seeing how things play out.
Right.
And what I see is these people trying to save face, like Weiss, who's trying to save face because he wants the money from his app. And on and on. I think it's time we move on. Yeah. I wouldn't kick him out of my chat. I think it's cool you leave him in, and if he's got something good to say, then if I'm proven wrong later, that's awesome. But
Is
at this
that
point,
the Mark Sargent in the chat though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's no shit him. Yeah.
Is he willing to join the
Mark, man. Yeah, Mark, dog. I dropped that chat in there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, come on in here, man. Speak your piece, bro. And that's the thing, man. Like, I don't kick motherfuckers off. Like, I even give Brenda a chance to have him come up in here and talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? Vlad, you're a coward. Meow, 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 meow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right, you got 8 more seconds, motherfucker. You just let it out. You know what I'm saying?
And then you get accused of censoring when you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like everybody has an opportunity. And so you have it. Listen, and my thing is I am new to that's not an excuse. I'm not feigning newness as an excuse to why I, would allow things to happen. No, if I don't know, I don't know. I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of what you say, Greg, is stuff that I'm now learning and things that I have heard in the past, but I don't understand I don't really know because I don't have any perspective. Does that make any sense? Or I don't understand how deep a lot of these things go. So I'm hearing a lot, like there's a lot of y'all in here saying but it's a mixed crowd because you got people in here saying, Mark is a solid dude. Then you got motherfuckers saying, oh, hell no, he ain't. And then you came on here, Greg Live Music and shit. And then you was like, yo, man, I got macaroni cooking right now, motherfucker. Fuck that, I'm like, God damn, dude, shit. But I'm not going to throw you off. You know what I'm saying? You got a solid rep in here. You're a real one. And we want to know. We want to know, and we need to know.
And so, Vlad, by the way, I'm sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
And so we want to bring people on here if you feel that these people might have a reason as to why, like, yo, or you don't think they have a reason why, yo, come on up, man, and speak it. And then we will let the jury decide. We will let them decide. And I think that's fair. I don't want to be like them other motherfuckers out there, man, just hiding shit from I can't do it, bro. I can't do that. Mark, what's happening, man? Welcome to the channel, man. It's good to have you on tonight, man.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, what's going on, man? How's everything?
Well, I did not expect this from the chat room.
Yeah, I know it's heavy, man. That's how it gets hot in the foundry. It ain't a joke in here, man. Like, these guys come in here and they bring it. They don't play games. I warned everybody ahead of time when we started. They don't play in this chat. They don't, nah. And Greg's one of them dudes, man. So welcome, bro. Welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. And again, I just officially, I did not want to join this. I knew that we would probably do something later.
Yeah.
but I knew that Lowry, this was his thing. He's on the title and everything. But if you got questions or there's something, I popped out chat and expanded it so I can read it. That way I don't have to type so much.
Right.
Ask whatever. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. And I know Greg's probably saying, transparent, this guy. Come on. I've doxed myself since minute one. I mean, who else puts their real name and phone number and address and everything else out there?
That doesn't prove a damn thing.
You know anyone else doing it?
That doesn't prove a damn thing.
Do you know anyone else that's doing it besides me? Most people don't. Most people use aliases.
I don't care.
Where's my phone number? Right here. You can call it. My phone number.
What does that mean? Oh gosh, shills can't put their phone number out there.
Okay.
They have to play the game to a certain level.
Greg,
Greg, hold on. Let Mark go. Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
What is your problem with me? Oh my God, I don't get this from trolls. What is it?
Can I answer real quick?
Sure.
All right. Greg don't like the bullshit. Just flat out, he just doesn't. And I'm not saying that you bullshitting, but
so he's
Greg
a purist.
has a
So he's a purist.
Absolutely. Like he doesn't, he ain't got time for it. He's a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? So this is another thing that you get for all you guys that might be new to this whole thing. Flat earthers are so in love with the truth. If we think we smell bullshit, they're gonna jump all over your fucking back. So Greg's one of them dudes, man. And like,
I got you. No, I got you. I mean,
he's cooking right now too.
Reminds me of my old co-host Karen B. She had a BS meter that was off the freaking charts.
But now everybody hates Karen B. I don't know if is it Karen B or is it Susan S? Or I don't know.
Not everybody hates Karen B. She is very tough. She is tough, but she's tough for a reason. She plays a really key role in like what we're all doing. And Greg, can you mute or something, Greg, while you're doing your thing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did.
Karen was doing conferences when nobody else was doing them. She was doing during the pandemic, for example, when we couldn't even find a venue that would allow us to get in there without masks. That was tough to do.
But I personally don't see that as a sign of somebody being honest, because we know, how do you infiltrate anything? How do you do anything? You come in and you take the lead, which we saw from the beginning of Flat Earth. All these personalities who are doing a big turn, right? And so can you clarify, Mark, since you're probably the closest, I don't follow all this closely anymore. With Karen, did she come out and say the Earth is a globe? What is her latest as far as that goes?
No. Karen, as far as I can tell, the only people that have flipped were on the Will Duffy list that he read off during that debate with Nathan Thompson. I don't know, at least a month ago.
Okay, because a couple times, like I said, I didn't put any credence to it because I didn't hear it.
Well, I didn't either.
I heard several people saying that she had done some flip flop, and that's why, when her name came up before in here, I was like, wait, can we get some clarification?
I have never suspected Karen. I worked with her for years, and she was never on any of the Duffy stuff. I mean, Duffy. Let's put it this way. I don't know where he came from. I don't know his origins, but he was batting 1,000, meaning anyone who was on that list is freaking flipped, and that would include Robbie Davidson, Jaron, Paul on the plane, who had to come back. He didn't list Patricia Steer, but then he listed her later, which was weird. Rose 777, Crumb, and Melodome, I believe. Alex, I don't know if
Melodome went on a tirade. Like, he was starting to get aggro last year. I didn't really understand what it was. Right. I don't know that he's in that list or anything, but like, his behavior changed over the course of like a month, and I was like, you're kind of aggro, dude. I'm like, what's going on? And then I usually just cut off people that get into that aggro space because I don't have time for it anymore. I'm moving forward into this thing that we're all connected, at a sub basic level. Like, we're all connected in this one thing that we're looking at. And so we've had, I think there's something going on with Melodome. I don't know what it is. He's angry or something, but he might have been just as part of that as anything else. But it's a very small group that's behaving in a certain unified front. And
so Crow flipped? Or?
No. Rose 777.
Right. I know she's been his host.
No. Crow.
Producer,
Crow definitely not. Crow would be from my cold dead hands type of guy. And
Okay, I thought you meant okay. I didn't know what
No,
you
that's
were
right.
mentioning about in regards to him.
No. Crow. Oh, good lord, I would hope.
So
No,
she
Crow,
still works with
no.
him on the show.
Well, I don't know all the details there, but from what I understand, he's told her to be less vocal about what if she has flipped, which I think she has. He's keeping her at arm's length. That's
Okay, well
about all.
then, okay, so I
So,
wasn't totally off in what I was saying. There's been reasons to think that she has.
oh no, she absolutely has.
Oh, I thought you said she hasn't flipped.
Oh, no.
Crow
Rose,
777, not
Rose,
No. I'm talking about Rose now.
yeah, Rose.
So
Whoever
she has or has not, or you think she will.
Whoever, and again, Alex can disagree with me if he wants, but again, Duffy's batting 1,000, and
you're talking about who was on the
which
list,
which is whoever Duffy read on that list was. And again, he called out Rose before she was even really talking to people. He kind of outed her, which was we were a little surprised by that. What was more interesting though was that on a side note is that I found out that Patricia and Robbie had flipped before it was even public knowledge, and I was just staring at it. It's like, nah, it's not actually going to happen. And then it happened. It's like, okay, something else is going on here, because it's been a running joke behind the scenes. And I understand you're a purist guy and you don't like the personalities. I get that. But at the same time, we've always, yes, there have been some people that are more out there than others.
He's such a Puritan. He's such a Puritan. He is on a box of oatmeal.
I get it. Oh, that's good. I get the argument.
How'd you know,
I absolutely get that.
You like that shit, huh?
We always joke that it's like, okay, over the years, it's like, okay, who's actually going to flip? Because we always thought that it'd be someone who would sign something and then their channel would rocket to like 1 million subs. And it never happened. Everybody was staying in the low six figures, ODD and so.
No. So there was talk in the beginning that people might flip. Was that like a talk behind the scenes kind of thing?
Well, yeah,
kind of what
everybody suspects it. It's the truther community. It's like, okay, so who's gonna take the deal? Because like Greg was saying, look, anybody can be infiltrated. Nobody's bulletproof. So the question is, how will we know if it's happened? And it's like, oh, okay, well, somebody will get a whole bunch of subs and then they'll go off road, which I was accused of, all sorts of different times. And it's like, but I never went off road. And Eric DeBay was accusing me, and ODD was doing but everyone's doing their things, but everyone kind of stayed within the lines. It's like, okay, then apparently it never happened. And then something changed last year to where all of a sudden, Jaron starts making these comments even before he goes to Antarctica, saying that if he sees the 24-hour sun, that he's going to have to reevaluate everything about the AE map and the flat Earth map. We're going, what? Why would you be saying this? You're freaking Jaron. And then he goes down there, comes back, and I mean, before the wheels are even touching down, he's making content where it's like, oh no, this has really changed my view on everything. It's like, what's that got to do with physics or long distance photography or the space programs? And he's like, oh no. And I knew, and I gave him every benefit of the doubt until he did that SpaceX video. It's like, oh no, SpaceX absolutely proves it's a globe. It's like kind of like the Rogan thing. It's like, what are you talking about? You've done nothing but destroy space videos for the last 9 years. What are you doing? And then he just kept rolling. It's like, no, everything proves the globe. And it's like, okay. And then almost immediately after that, again, it all comes down to timing, which was Patricia left on a Friday, Robbie Davidson, Celebrate Truth, left on a Saturday, and then Paul, like a couple days later over the weekend. And Paul, remember, had been out for so many years that by the time Paul was like, yeah, oh, flat Earth's a cult. And it's like, Paul, you've had a dead channel for 4 years. What are you doing? And so he was like, for me, he was like building 7, which I know we're not supposed to talk about.
Hey, it's free falling. It's the battle world.
Well, I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Lord knows. I mean, I lost a year's worth of Strange World episodes because I was talking, said negative things about the pandemic, and I thought my channel was dust. And
They're gonna. I'm any day now. It's gonna happen to this channel. That's why I got a Rumble. And any day it's gonna happen to that channel. That's why I got a fan base. Any day it's gonna happen to that. I'm gonna have a newspaper after that. I don't give a fuck. I'll put it on the goddamn tablet.
I got you. So let me address, because I don't want to I don't want to get distracted by reading the chat, but let me address this. Yes, have I done things that absolutely have not been purist? You bet I have. I have said on many occasions, I go, look, I don't care if they strap me to a chair and throw pies at my face. If I get to say flat earth in the process, I'm doing it, because I'm a big believer that all press is good press. Yes, I know people is like, no, you should keep the integrity, and no matter what. It's like, okay, but there's opportunities there to generate more metrics. Behind the Curve was such a great example, and I know people hate it, but I sat in the studio audiences like, do you know how many people we expose that to, and people I've gotten to talk to because that thing is around? It legit. I mean, I'm still talking to high schools on a monthly basis and universities because it's now required viewing for syllabuses. There's
Building 7 or flat Earth.
The what? Oh no, sorry, flat Earth. Sorry, flat Earth.
Okay.
No,
okay.
God, not Building 7. No, nobody gets to talk about that ever. So anyway, sorry, that was my
synagogue of Satan running all over the goddamn place. Because then we'd have to talk about Larry Silverberg, whatever the fuck his name is. Fucking liar.
Right.
Anyway,
who's
go
calling
on.
me from your chat? Who's are they in this chat? They're calling me who's Osty Armstrong?
Did someone actually look up your number on your YouTube page and decide to call you?
Well, sure. Again, that's why I got it. Okay, whoever 816 is?
That's Missouri.
Osty Armstrong. 81. It's a Missouri.
That's Missouri. That's a Missouri number.
Hey, I do have a question. Whenever you guys are okay with it, and Mark, when you're done, if you're cool with the question.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Why did my phone just pair up with my TV?
Mark, I don't know if you should have
No,
done that.
it was weird. I've never seen that before. I remember I was just holding my phone, and my phone has never paired with my television. My television's old. I didn't even think it could pair with my phone or with my thing. I'm sorry.
What Mark? You're almost as red as my Ferrari, brother.
Almost as what?
I said you're almost as red as my Ferrari, brother.
Oh, was I getting embarrassed by the thing?
I'm not sure. I do have a question though, if you're cool with it.
Yeah. What is it?
And it's nothing personal. Trust me, I don't know you. You don't know me. But I think maybe there's a burning question that people aren't up here and able to ask right now. And that's just to do with, you're an old school guy around the flat earth thing. We've seen you, we're familiar with you, you've been to the conferences, you've done the promotions, like you said, you're doing school talks, right. But there is that other side that people are concerned about because maybe of other people drop in like flies almost. And, you like you said, it's peculiar, the timing, the way it's happening. My question is, from the beginning to now, what you've been through, where you're going, or what you want to, the direction you want to go, what is that? And is there an agenda behind it to promote only flat earth, or to promote your channel, to build what is your direction? You tell us, and I would appreciate that.
Thank you. I have always, I only care about flat earth. I will use other topics to get back to flat earth. So I'm pretty flexible. Again, I'm read up on just about every conspiracy you could think of, and I use it as a stepping tool, or sort of like a gateway to get back to flat earth if the conversation ever leaves it. My channel has always been flat earth for 10 years. My ultimate goal is to hit critical mass, which is, I believe in the scientific thing on wiki is called the 100th monkey effect, but I call it like a beneficial update, which is nature seems to do beneficial updates for whatever species, if it's a good thing. And I think that it applies to people as well. And I think if enough people are exposed to the truth, then there's this tipping point where everything changes. I know the powers that be, they love the status quo, and they love to keep it as close to the same as they can. I mean, yes, we've seen changes over the years, but it always seemed, now we've got a, new president, happens to be the old president. And no, nothing. I've joked about this with my friends in the past. Is like the narrative seems like it's going somewhere, but but I haven't seen that much movement. And so, short version, I want to change the world. I don't care about the channel. When I made the clues 10 years ago, I put it out there, and I made everything I had Creative Commons license. I didn't even monetize my channel like for the first 9 months, and then YouTube emailed me. It's like, yeah, you might want to monetize the channel. I go, that's a thing. And then, of course, during the pandemic, I was demonetized forever because I said bad things about the pandemic and my stance on, the shots in the arm, or whatever you guys call them, the pokey poke or whatever it was.
Hokey poke, yeah, hokey
Pokey
poke.
poke. So, but yeah, I've it's like I don't care where the message gets out, which is why I say yes to just about every interview and say yes to every opportunity there is. I mean, yeah, the commercial was kind of silly, but at the same time, when a group says, "Hey, you want to do a television commercial in Australia for Flat Earth?" It's like, yeah, totally be there. I'll do it. I didn't care, who basically I interviewed with. I don't care if it was mainstream. I don't care if it was a small podcast. I said yes, if ever possible, I would do it as long as the message got out there. And I know, again, I know there's awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's awesome that your outlook is like that. I would only suggest, if I could, I'm nobody, but if I could suggest, man, if I was you in your position with your pool, I would be trying to bring every single person with me that I could, every flat earther that's sentimental with, the meaning behind it. It has such a strong incentive that comes along with it because it is the truth, right? So. Right. If I was you, brother, I mean, just because people eyes are big now because people that they trusted betrayed them, right? And I'm not saying you're trying to do that, but brother, hey man, bring anybody and everybody you can because this movement people think are dying out. I don't think it is. I think it's still growing, but
not
people
a
are trying
chance.
to stifle what's going on. So
it's not dying out, not by a long shot. The only thing the pandemic did was slow down the personal meetups. We weren't allowed to do meetups in person because of the mask mandate and crap like that, and we weren't allowed to do conferences.
Shit, I would have been out that month. See, I didn't even know about that personal meetup shit. I was out there. I was doing Amazon. I was doing this shit called Roadie. I was on these streets like I was like, it's like the Twilight Zone out this month. If I'd have known about that meetup shit, I'd have been out. Look, man, let's just be out here. Fuck it, whatever. Man, that's the thing, man. You gotta at some point we have to be like, man, fuck them. And I think we're getting close to there. I think after this pandemic, we've hit that point where we're like, fuck it, dude, whatever. It's bullshit. So yeah, we're there.
I hear you. Anyway, that's basically my stance. Again, I am sorry that there have been groups out there that they see me cracking a joke every once in a while and doing things that aren't the most flattering in the world. But at the same time, I still don't consider myself the worst by any stretch. I mean, and there was stuff that could have I mean, like, for example, we probably wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'll give it one thing for the pandemic, but I still would have taken it, which was when McDonald's UK called me up and they said, "Hey, would you like to do a McDonald's commercial for Pancake Day?" And it's like, oh, it's flat and round and we'll make it fun. And it's like, sure. If I would have done that, oh my God. I mean,
well, see, knowing how the entire system is rigged, from marketing to the news, and we find you on marketing and in the news, I think there's more to just some coincidence that, you just happen to be one of these people out there. And what have I seen you do when you have those opportunities? You drop the ball, just like when David Weiss was on that show with Jesse Peterson. What did he do? He wouldn't even say the earth was flat. He kept on, he asked him how many times? And what did he do when he went on that discussion?
Oh, that one.
Hold on, before y'all continue.
What?
Saab, what's happening, man? It's good to see Grandpa Saab's in the house. Welcome, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Been a while, man.
Yeah, man. It's just not been able to touch base. I've been working long hours, man. Well, full days, and then I got to get up early in the morning. So I did kick back, watch some shit on TV, and go back to sleep.
What's up, Saab? Good to see you, brother. RG here.
Uncle Sob.
That's
There
it,
you
man.
see it, Go ahead, Mark. Mark and Greg, you had
no,
y'all's thing going on, man. My bad.
I got you. I disagree with dropping the ball. I personally, because I can't remember the last interview I did where I walked away from it saying, "Oh God, I wish I would have done that completely differently."
How about that commercial that you referenced? Do you see why some other people would think that you were kind of mocking the flat earth somewhat?
At the same time, no, because when I was there,
So partially yes, but also no.
well, no. I mean, I wasn't happy with the name of the theme, Foolproof, which was the name of the ad campaign. But at the same time, I didn't have a stake in that. It's like, okay, so I could have just said no, and they would have faked a flat earth. What I thought was more interesting was when I got there, I was the only person on the sheet that wasn't a professional actor. I mean, I was the only one on the sheet, like they didn't have an agent or anything like that. And I was like, who are these people? And they go, oh, they're actors. We're having pretend be this. And I go, why'd you bring me in? You could have just hired locally in Australia. And they said, oh, because the VP for this company that's doing the commercials is one of yours. And I go, get out of here. And I go, do I get to meet him? They go, nope. And I go, you're kidding me.
So,
And
do you think Flat Earth has become a business personally for yourself or for those around you?
No, it is not.
That's Perry Mason like questions, man. Go ahead, man.
No.
It's literally a business for wise, which is fine.
Well,
I'm fine
I
with
mean,
people making money off
the app.
That's wonderful.
The app is one of the only sustainable things right now in the flat. And nothing else is copyrighted, for example. All the T-shirts that are out there, nobody's got to copyright them. People say, like that I am Mark Sargent shirt thing. It's like, oh, you must make a bunch of money. It's like, I have no idea who even made the first one. So I don't even know. I don't get a freaking dime from any of that. Everything else, the mainstream, that they have a hard time because they want to destroy flat Earth, but at the same time, if they talk about it, they're still talking about it. They're still adding metrics to the system, and they know metrics can be tracked, which is why this lawsuit, if it actually happens, is such a terrible idea. And I'll talk about it on my Tuesday podcast, because you're going down a road to where you're going to be opening up a whole can of stuff. It's like real, like, for example, if Robbie Davidson's part of this suit, it's like, okay, so you don't want, he being accused of taking money from Logan Paul and Jimmy Kimmel and Howard Stern's team and all. It's like, okay, because you'd have to call them as witnesses, and then it would turn into a media circus, and that's free press. So again, I'm a big believer in free press. I don't care where it comes from, as long as flat Earth is mentioned. I'm gonna keep doing it. So, and I know you wouldn't do it. Karen kills me every time, because she would do the same stuff. But
I do it, but I would be more truthful to it and not play along with what seems to be a script for you that mocks it.
You
so
may
I would
not
stand
be
tall, even if they didn't invite me on again. And you said you had no stake in the game. Well, you had flat Earth to represent, and what did you do? You acted like a damn clown.
I disagree.
Of course you would. Of course you say that.
I would, because you don't. For example, what you don't know is behind the scenes. Like, I'll give you a great example. When I was doing,
what matters is what's on TV in those situations, not what happens behind the scenes. Mark,
Hey, and
I don't give a crap.
if you don't mind, guys, hey, look, let's put it all out on the table. What's behind the scenes, please, because it's beginning to be child's play, bro, and guessing games, and I'm tired of this shit, to be honest. I'm sorry, man, to be like this on your show, Vlad, but bro,
no.
Bring it out, bro. Bring it out.
So I'll give you a great example, which is, moments where I might be able to do something different. I caught a lot of flack for this one when I did Piers Morgan, and they told me at the last minute, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to have one of the American astronauts sitting next to Piers on stage, and I wasn't on stage. I was coming in via Zoom or whatever it was. And I had I could hear the producers behind me, in the on the one speaker, and I knew full well that, because I knew the whole point was just go the distance, do the entire interview, go back and forth and not get thrown off, because what you don't know is the producers are behind the scenes holding their finger over a shiny red button, and the second you get out of line, or if you don't like it, all of a sudden they hit the button and then that's it. And producers talk, and it's like, oh, we just lost
makes
Mark.
sense.
We'll try to get him back during the commercial, and they never will.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before. Yeah.
And producers love talking to each other. I didn't get on a lot of these interviews because of the host. I got on because producers talk. It's like, oh, hey, was this guy a decent guest? Yeah, he was a pretty good guest. We should bring him on. That's how it works. You develop a bad rep with the producers, you're never going to get on anyway. And I will take the road where I'm on talking. And again, if I don't live up to your standards, sorry, but I would rather take that than nothing.
Well, that also can be viewed as rubbing shoulders with the what people would call the establishment.
Oh, sure. And like the commercial, for example, at one point during the commercial, they asked me, they said, hey, can we get a sound bite with, you saying, oh, I'm just kidding, it's a globe. I go, no, of course not. You can't, because that sound bite you could use and it'll come back to haunt me. The same reason why when Patricia left the show not even a month ago, when she left the show, she was really specific about me reading her letter on air. Said it'd be a great idea. I think Alex got a copy of that letter. And it's like, no, I'm not reading that thing on air. That is a giant soundbite waiting to happen. Plus, it not only does it make it look like I'm reading it for her, and you could build a montage behind it, but it also makes it look like I'm leaving. So why would I ever read it? And I still have never read it. So I stick my feet in on some things. Other things I kind of let it slide if I don't think it's much of a crime.
So you've been involved from the beginning with all of these faces, a number of which have disappeared, a number of which has been very suspect. And then you've also been to the likes of Pierce Morgan and all these mainstream media. You've been involved in different things. Yeah. You've been wearing your Masonic stuff and saying it's just irony and just being comical. But yeah, we can believe you because you come across as a nice guy. You're good at what you do.
Well, thank you. I try.
That's not a compliment.
Well, it sounded like a compliment.
You're even more conniving.
Oh God!
Yeah, it would be nice if you were as. It's sad that so many of my fellow flat earthers still buy into your nonsense. But dude, you're gone. Nice you're part of that crew. You're gone just like them. You deserve zero respect.
I've left flat Earth. That's what's happened.
It doesn't matter. Your role has not been to talk against it. Your role has been to get on and mock it and do all these things to make it look foolish for the people that actually see it. None of those people watching TV or the shows that you've been on or those news interviews or on this show, they don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Nothing I can do.
That's the face of it. You're a face of it. Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
All right.
Shit, y'all.
That's fine. Again, I'm not going to get everybody, so I tried.
Damn, yo.
Well, you never had me. I had eyes to see from the beginning.
All right. I know everybody's a shill but you. I get it.
Oh, it's just cool. Yeah.
Who isn't?
Guys, men, one at a time.
I've been quiet for a minute here. Let me just put this out here.
Go ahead.
Okay?
You hadn't said nothing, man.
When I see any flat Earth channel out there that's got an ungodly amount of subscribers, I'm automatically skeptical just because of the way that I know how the choking and the censorship and the shadow banning goes. I've been going for 3 years. They've been choking the shit out of my channel. It don't do it to none of you guys, even Jaron. To have the amount of subscribers that he has for a flat Earth channel, for you to have that many, for all, dude, I'm skeptical. I'm like, wait a second, where's that come from? Where does that come from?
Fair question.
That's just like when
after 10 years, I should have 100K, and Alex can vouch for this. I was stuck at 103 or 104 for like 2.5 years. Straight. In fact, Patricia, before she left, she was like, I've looked at you on Social Blade. She goes, you have no heartbeat. It's like it doesn't go down, it doesn't go up, it just stays there.
That's still an ungodly amount of subscribers, man.
It's been 10 years. Yeah. Come on. I mean, Jaron.
I'll average it out. I've been going 3.5 years and I haven't broke 3,000 subscribers yet. 90% of my comments say that I'm one of the most underrated shows on YouTube and that I should have way more subscribers.
People say I should have like.
I can speak to that. I want to speak to that topic right now because I watched this thing grow for 10 years, and I can speak exactly to what he's talking about. I watched the flat Earth explode from 2015 to 2017. Everybody was getting hits. Everybody was getting video plays. I was getting flat Earth stuff coming into my feed, and we were lucky because we got to have that experience. And I watched the growth that should have been continual for not just Mark, but just for all of our channels. It flattened out, and he has been at 105,000 as long as I can remember. Is it 110 now? It doesn't go up anymore. It's because everybody got throttled in the purge of 2018. This nonsense about shit is starting to piss me off because
no, I get
started.
No, Alex is right, and in fact, I'm just going to steal your term, which is we were lucky. Which is if you got in from 2015 to 2017, you got the hits. They didn't take them away from us, but at that point, they throttled everything way back. I remember Rob Skiba telling me, after the Senate hearing, when they started demonetizing channels or recommending us like 70% less, he goes, what's happening with your monetization? I go, dude, I am not making nearly the money and hits that I used to make. He goes, me neither. And then we were all comparing notes, and it was us completely across the board.
Well, let me clarify though, Mark. I didn't say that I've convicted. Okay. I said I am skeptical.
Okay.
All right. I am skeptical.
That's fair. No, I get you. And I was, again, that's why when I was always looking, because I said a number of times, it's like, I don't think there's actually any legitimate shills in Flat Earth because I haven't seen anybody just break out like a garage band and go to the stratosphere. And they never did. I mean, ODD, God bless him. I mean, he was like, what, 300,000, and he was doing podcasts from jail.
And any sort of natural growth with ODD, especially, he was at 300,000 people. That thing should have went to the moon,
right?
Sorry for the pun, but it should have went all the way out there, and everybody stopped. You looked at all the content creators in 2018, they flatlined. And they got stuck at whatever amount they had. Maybe they were gaining some people. I will look at my stupid little channel, and my channel goes up and down. It's stupid. Right. It's like, wait, I gained 4 subscribers and I lost 6. Like, what kind of fuckery is going on here? That should happen on a big
sand dune, like trying to walk.
Man, this sounds like my social security check, up and down.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's like, but what we did find out from that lucky period where we were at, we're like, okay, we are over the target. Because the natural growth pattern that should have happened with everybody that was doing this work flattened out. And no pun intended. It flattened out.
Well, this is when they introduced it to Congress and what to do and all that. And they put these things in these little, disclaimers. But let me ask you this. I think maybe someone might be curious about as well, on the fence or just looking in from the outside that really don't know what's going on, Mark. Let me ask you this. Behind the scenes, what you just left off with talking about, what was the plan behind the scenes to earn money, to earn subscribers? Like, what did y'all have to do? I'm just curious because maybe I want to be a creator and get on here and try to, do what you did or whoever. What can you tell me what happened at that point? Because I know y'all probably panicked.
Well, right? Yeah. Well, that was just it. Luckily, I had written a couple books on the subject and found a publisher who was also one of our own and over in England, and made a little money off of that. I was making a little money off TFR, but once the endorsements dried up, it's been kind of limping through it. The pandemic was awful. I mean, it was a good thing that I wasn't traveling because I really couldn't afford to travel that much. Compared to other people.
So did endorsements come in from studios kind of thing?
No,
did they offer you anything to inch toward that?
I would get the standard offers from people that wanted to take over your channel. Those people, the ones that's like, sell this health thing or sell this auto part or whatever it was. But the thing was, it's like, oh no, we want to completely control your channel from that place. Like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Well, and Flat Earth never went public. Like it was never like you said, a copyrighted thing.
Right.
You can't copyright the words Flat Earth and then bunch in a bunch of people to plan something out. I get that part, but I mean, where at what point did you start either leveling off or going backwards? And did you notice that in other people?
2018, when the Senate hearing, I can tell you exactly when it was because
with Susan Wojcicki, the lady that
right. Yeah, the lady from YouTube when they did
which, by the way, which by the way, two things. I'm gonna give you back your thing. Which by the way, her sister, believe it or not, y'all, her sister runs 23andMe.
Oh my God.
Both of which, yep, you can't make this shit up. Both of which, synagogue of Satan. Go ahead, Mark.
On that same note, though, Vlad, that's another thing too. Is I don't even apply for monetization. Okay,
Right.
I'm not going to let them hit me with that golden handcuff. Okay, I get an email after every show that says your video cannot be monetized. I don't give a shit. I'm not monetized anyway. I don't care. Okay, you can't hold me down with the golden handcuffs, baby, because the only money I make, if somebody wants to, they can send in a donation. Outside of that, I'm not selling no shirts. I don't sell no fucking cups. I don't do none of that shit. You know what I do? I get out here and I reach people. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do.
23andMe, by the way, is going down. I think it's closing.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And so because it's going to close, and I'm going to give you guys back the thing, and because it's going to close, they mentioned who was in charge of it. And then I was like, Lechinsky. I was like, that name sure do sound familiar. Look that shit up, sure as shit. That is her sister, bro. And then both of them are the synagogue of Satan. Lord have mercy. You can't make this shit up. Both of them. Synagogue of Satan.
One thing.
Shit.
And this is this is just seriously joking, but one of my little pet peeves is that whole "you can't make this shit up." I don't know where that came from because it's all made up. In fact, it goes against what they're doing. They're coming up with these totally absurd scripts. They're like, "You can't make that up." I'm like, they made that up. They wrote it out. That's their script. Anyway, yeah.
Go ahead, y'all go ahead, fight it out.
I was just gonna say, I was actually looking at the chat here real fast too. We're not really. Maybe I'll talk to you, Mark, about this later. But there was another sidekick, Mark.
Oh no, I can bring her up. That's fine.
You want? I want you to do that because I'm.
Yeah. So once Patricia left, there was one. In fact, one of the girls, one of the three people that went down to Antarctica, Lisbeth Acosta. She volunteered and was like, "Yeah, sure, great. I don't know you very well, but let's bring you on." And I remember MC Toon or McToon or however you pronounce it. He was really disappointed. He called her out on a show. It's like, "I'm so disappointed you joined Strange World and blah blah blah." And then she got in a car wreck almost immediately afterwards, and she downplayed. Yeah, she downplayed it, but it was pretty serious. She was broadsided. She was T-boned on her a driver's side door.
Hold on. How long after that? Like what timeline?
Like within, I mean, well, you can probably look it up on my
After she
thing.
came to your show.
She was on my show for like a week, and then maybe 2 weeks tops, and then she got in the car wreck, and then she came back, and or no, she wanted to come back, but she said she had some facial bruising. She didn't break anything, but like all the airbags went off. Thank God, because if she'd been like an older car, I don't know what would have happened.
Right.
And then she was on a Saturday. In fact, it was last Saturday. Tomorrow would be a week. She was working on a new microphone setup, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got this new microphone setup. Everything looks good." And then the very next day, not even 18 hours later, she's like, "So I'm going to be taking a break from this and my Discord and my other stuff." And I don't know.
Do you think that scared her? Like something?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm going to play devil's advocate because again, you guys know full well, you watch movies and television shows. If they want you gone, you're gone, right? But if they want to scare you, that's a whole nother thing. And what I think happened was, my personal opinion was, somebody was trying to rattle her, and she didn't take the hint right away.
Now, Mark, she said she was taking a break from what? Did I hear that she was going to be doing your show or something like that?
No, she was going to do my show, and she was on for a couple of weeks. Then she got in a car wreck, and then she all of a sudden emailed me, not exactly like Patricia did, but she's like, "Yeah, so I'm pulling back from Strange World. I'm pulling back from my Flat Earth Discord, my Flat Earth Clubhouse, and I don't want to be back. Goodbye." And it's like,
okay. Real quick. I'm sorry, Matt. Are you done with that point right there?
That was it.
Mark, okay. Yeah, so here's what I see as far as the Lisbeth thing is. When we talk about her, she was all right. Let's pretend nobody knew who she was. She was just an obscure person what's his name? Which I'll be honest with you, she looked pretty hot, right? And so when he was doing that musical chairs thing,
Hey,
I
Greg, can you
said,
mute up, please? Greg,
Oh,
mute
I'm
up,
so sorry.
please.
Greg over there just got silverware, all kinds of shit in the back.
I don't usually do it.
Yeah. So you had when you had not Mark Sargent, when you had what's his name? Freaking Pastor Duffy. When you had Pastor Duffy selecting the people, he did that musical chairs thing, and then you could tell who was gonna go. You could tell who was gonna make it.
Yeah,
She
it
was
came
the
down to
hottest
two
one there.
cute girls,
Yeah.
and this was the cuter of the two. It's like, okay.
Exactly. So he's like, congratulations. Actually, what it appears is that you're going to be selected to go to Antarctica, right?
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I was like, of course, everybody can see through that shit, right?
Right.
She goes, she's that one person. She ain't got no channel. She ain't got no real connection to it. So she kind of acts, she's kind of like Marilyn from the Munsters, the only one that's outside of the bullshit going on over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now that this whole nonsense is, I guess, not really blown over, but we're past the final experiment and we're here now, right? And so now you still have your show, you got your thing going on, and then now she's going to go to a platform like yours, which is significant. It's got good size to it, and a lot of people know your name in the community, and then there are those that know your name outside the community as well, right?
Sure.
She's about to go on to your shit. They don't know what the fuck. She doesn't have any connections, like as far as what we know.
She's a hot grenade. Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what the fuck you're going to get out of her. So they're like, yo, we need to get to her before all this other shit starts to go down. Because she could mention whatever on your channel. There's so many people watching and so many people listening in the flat earth community. Anybody's going to pick up anything that she says. And exactly the hot grenade thing.
Mark, do you worry about that on your show?
What?
Do you worry about what people leave and say and could possibly produce,
because
the real truth,
inside information?
No,
I don't.
Excuse me for interrupting, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks for having me on, Vlad.
Big G,
I know that I respect that you're so open. Let anybody from Brenda to me and in between on. But man, tell me to shut up sometimes if I'm too much.
No.
You know, I get
We
heated,
need
like
to
I
hear
told
it,
you
dog.
long. Yeah. All right, man. Well, I appreciate all you guys, and I'll tell you, Mark. Even though obviously you know my opinions about you, one thing I respect about you is that you'll come on and listen and talk back to it when a lot of people just duck out. So anyway,
thank
you guys have a great night.
Cheers.
Fun with family, man. Take care.
Right.
Bye.
Peace, Greg.
Y'all
see that? Y'all see that? Look at God, man. Look at God working in his all his marvelous glory, man. You know what I'm
Seriously,
saying? We can still be friends, dog.
I'm saying Greg is tougher than most of my trolls. It's like my actual trolls. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, Greg don't be playing that shit.
I know.
I
By the way, to your question, I never worry about people. I mean, Alex knows because Alex hangs out. We talk off camera and stuff, but we don't say anything off camera. I don't think we've ever said anything. It's like, oh, thank God the camera's off. I mean, yeah, we'll swear every once in a while and say something off color maybe, but we don't give up anything that's well, we don't give
a fuck on here, man.
Yeah, let's put it this way, and this is just for Alex. We don't say anything, we don't throw out Jaren stuff in when
Judas?
we're talking out there.
I don't know. We don't know that other name. We know.
Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Jay. I know we're not
the name we shall not. The name we shall not say.
You mean Judas, right? Yeah. So we know Judas in here.
Wait, I got to give him a little bit of credit and respect because after all, I got to be whatever was it asshole of the week or dirt wag or some shit like that. Yeah. And so I'm waiting feverishly. I'm checking the mail continuously, waiting for my little plaque to show up because I give such a shit about what that Jesuit little suckwad has to say.
Oh, hey, by the way, did you see how Jay, I'll just say Jay, how
Judas.
Jay's channel got verified?
Yeah, I got verified.
Quietly, nobody wants to talk about it. It's like he couldn't get verified to save his life. That little checkbox next to the channel name. And
Oh,
like
on Twitter.
YouTube
Yeah.
YouTube had told me a while ago. They said you will never be verified. You will never get a plaque. It doesn't matter because you're supposed to get a plaque at 100,000, and they go, you're never getting it. And I go, and I know why. I you know, because I talked about medical misinformation. Sorry, can I answer something in chat? Hang on.
Also, Mark. This is the
wait.
line. Where do you draw the line at? As true. Sorry, man.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead, RG.
I'm just saying, like, exactly that to that point. Like, they're telling you, oh, you're not going to progress to X amount of subscribers or
Right.
blah blah blah, right? If you cross these lines, where do you draw the line, Mark?
As far, oh, you mean it's how much, how far I'll go to get the clout
Publicly? Yeah. What?
Oh,
where
no,
do you stop?
none. I don't really care. But because I grew up as a you know, a career gamer, you know, I played games for a living. It bugs me when I don't get the achievement thing. So it's like, look, I got 100K. I got it legitimately. And
where's my trophy? I got you.
Yeah, where's my freaking little shiny thing?
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, Bugsy, the money, I don't care as much. But I'm a gamer. I like the thing on screen, or I like you know, people made me some pity plaques. They actually made me some 100K plaques, and I put them over there so nobody can see them. But no, I don't give a crap. No one's ever asked me to your point. It's like, where do I draw the line? It's like, the draw the line would be the commercial when they said, can you give us a soundbite where you say you're actually kidding and you're into the globe? It's like, no.
In the Navy, we call that the yellow sticky of achievement. When they don't give you the reward that you deserved and shit, they write on a little sticky thank you and shit, and then they put that on your stuff. They're like, you got your yellow sticky of achievement. And it's like, hey, man, you have to go fuck yourself.
Can I ask him? Sorry,
go ahead, man.
I've got to ask because Awakened, one of your mods, Awakened
Nemesis says, Vlad, ask him the question about the North, please. Why does he totally ignore the North?
I don't totally ignore it. Just hardly anyone ever brings it up.
No, that's not true. Awakened Nemesis
not in my interviews. They don't. So people will ask the normal stuff, but they rarely ask about the North Pole. Do I think that Mount Meru could actually be a thing up there? Yeah, sure. Why the hell not? I love the little book, The Smoky God. I like the whole concept, but because there's not a manned public, quote unquote, public weather stations or anything on the North Pole, because there's supposedly no continents, it hardly ever comes up. But I'm a fan of Mount Meru.
The early warning system. You know about that, right? The early warning system. They built it in the 40s and 50s. Okay, and you know about the Mir space station footage that shows the North Pole, flies over?
If you believe it, sure. I mean,
you've seen it though. You've seen it.
Yeah. I've seen it. It's am I a big fan of the North Pole? Yes, I am. But it just hardly ever comes up in my conversations. That's all. I'm not dodging it. I'm not ignoring it. It just never comes up.
Hey, yo, can I ask Mark a question?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
You mentioned earlier specifically Eric Dubé is somebody I find credible. You said that he said at one point that you was a shill.
Oh God, yes.
Why he said that?
Oh yeah. I can tell you exactly. I can tell you when he first called me a shill, and boy, that sticker was never coming off. Was when I was on interview 3, right? Single digit interviews I'd done, and one of his people, I've never actually had a conversation with Eric. I finally reached out to him this year, and I said, dude, it's been 10 years. Are we still going to keep doing this whole I hate you and I don't care, thing?
Did he respond?
But after the 3rd interview, one of his people reached out to me and they said, Eric doesn't want you using Crow 777's moon footage anymore as a reference. And what was the other thing? Oh, and he doesn't want you using I think it was the Orlando Ferguson map, which was good because nobody uses the Orlando Ferguson map.
That's
anyway.
the big square one. The big square one.
Yeah, the big square one that's shaped like a roulette table. And then
Yes.
somebody said you can't. By the way, you can't. And I will say I do listen to some things. They said you can't say the word roulette table when it comes to flat Earth. I go, why? Because if you add up all the numbers of a roulette table, they add up to 666. And I go, is that true? And it is. It's absolutely true. And I go, that's weird.
That's wild, man.
I know, right? It's like it's like, really? Is that really true? It is absolutely true. The but Eric, because he and Matt, remember back in the day, it was Matt Boylan, doing his thing, and then Eric, who I didn't know about yet. I knew about Matt because Matt called me before I'd even finished the clues, and then Eric's people were like, it's like, oh, Eric isn't going to endorse you if you aren't following his lead. It's like, who the hell is Eric? I don't know who you are, man. You can't tell me what to do in interviews. And then he just said, fine. And Matt did the same thing to me. He goes, Eric and I are a team right now, and we will do what we have to keep you down. I'm going, fine, do what you guys have to do. We'll see what happens. And the next thing you know, where it got ugly was ODD was a huge fan. I think he still is a huge fan of Eric's. And you saw that in the documentary where Eric told ODD to have his people, anyone that bought tickets to that first conference, not to go. It's non-refundable. It's like, just eat the money and don't go. And I remember Robbie Davidson telling me during the conference, which they captured on film, it's like, just, the back 100 or so seats, maybe 150 seats, they're going to be empty, but they're totally paid for. And I go, how's that work? And he's going, because none of ODD's people are coming. That's what Eric has the influence to do.
Bro, Mark, that's true. You know what? I tried to buy a ticket and they said you already have a seat because you're in a wheelchair. That was fucked up.
Huh?
Oh, that's awful.
Oh shit!
I'm joking.
son.
I'm joking.
Oh, that's good. That's
Oh,
good
I
line,
was
though.
like, God.
But Eric has that kind of influence where, I mean, I don't have that side of influence. I mean, his channel has been burned down like 2 or 3 times already, and it just
Yeah.
climbs back up to 200,000. It's not like he's buying the subs. I know these people. I've talked to them in different chat rooms. They're in my comment section all the time, and it's like, oh, you're an Eric guy. Like, yeah, I am. What of it? It's like, okay, that's fine. So Eric's never backed off from that. And Eric, oh, sorry, the short version of your question, Eric doesn't like sharing the stage with anybody. It's his way or it's no way. He does not ally, with the exception of ODD and maybe Sean Hibbler from time to time, really anybody. So that's just Eric's thing. I call him the Andy
I'm
Warhol.
curious, Mark,
Sorry, go
with
ahead.
you being involved, like in being able to see the backdrop of like how these productions go down, right, and
Yeah.
how you schedule and rent out spaces and stuff. Like you're very familiar with that.
Yeah.
I'm curious with these YouTube like things or whatever, with these platforms trying to suppress flat Earth. What other tactics have you seen people use with these big companies? And please be honest and
You mean as
detailed
far
with
as
it. if you would.
big companies trying to approach us?
Yeah, and suppress you. In what ways?
Well, the tactics they're using right now are really straightforward. One, the first thing they did was they changed the algorithm. YouTube was just back 2015, 2016, YouTube was looking for binge topics. They're a television network like anybody else. I consider them the biggest television network in the world. Most of it's crap. Most of it's very, very target demographic, but they were looking for a binge topic. And I remember the programmer, and I put the couple of those videos on my channel, and they were asking us, why do things get recommended for you on the right-hand side? And imagine this, out of all the thousands and thousands of topics on YouTube, he mentions one. And he goes, well, if the average person that gets into flat Earth watches 20 videos in a row, what do you think we're going to recommend? We're just going to keep feeding that. And since it's a hot binge topic, we're just going to keep funneling it. And then they realized, and I think, the powers that be also realized that that wasn't a good thing, because when you typed in flat Earth back then, it was all pro flat Earth videos, tons and tons of really solid flat Earth content. I thought, there wasn't, mainstream channels that were making fun of it. So sorry, long answer to a very short question. What they're doing right now is they're messing with the algorithms. They were shadow banning. They killed the scoreboard, which I called out immediately, which is, search results equals a number. That was a thing in YouTube, and they removed that line entirely because we were tracking bigger than huge mainstream topics. Doesn't matter what your sub count was, because people can buy subs and they can buy hits and they can buy likes. But the relevant search results, that's just straight up search engine 101, and that was showing the truth. And they just decided to wipe that out. The rest of it is pretty organic, which is if you get a channel with 1 million or more subs that makes an anti-flat Earth video. Well, I'll tell you one more thing really quick. which was, of course, they added that wiki sticker, right? So it doesn't. What happened was they used to kind of decide whether your video was pro or against flat Earth, and if it was pro, they would put that wiki sticker on there saying, "Oh, flat Earth is archaic," and blah blah blah. But now they don't care anymore. So if you're a troll, and I'm thinking they're going after the trolls too, which is like if you're like McToon or Simon Dan or Professor Dave or any of those guys, if you make a video, it doesn't even have to be in the title. If flat Earth, because they can recognize speech now, if flat Earth is mentioned in the video, they will slap the wiki sticker on everything. So that's basically how they're doing it. It's mostly software. They're ratcheting down the organics, making sure that new videos don't stay up at the top very long. Even if you're like a 5 million sub channel, you make a flat Earth video and it's against it, it'll stay up there for like 3 or 4 days and then drops it like a brick. I stare at it every day. It's like, wow, these guys are serious. And then again, I think that this year, which I'll end up hopefully talking about tomorrow, which is they're taking it. Something's changed recently though. That's the part. Before this whole TFE thing, and I can't stress this enough. TFE was literally just a vehicle to make it, and it didn't matter. I mean, yes, in this case it was Jay that went down there, but it was a vehicle to give Jay or whoever it was, fill in the blank, an excuse to flip. Because without it, there's no reason to flip. Everything's going fine. Everything's going fine. You have to have the Antarctic trip. The Antarctic trip was worthless, but think of the money that was spent just to get someone down there.
Well,
and then when they came back,
here's the thing, Mark, and I figured this out right from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do a lot of these people have in common that were promoting this? It looks like they were all dealing in financial skullduggery to me. Okay.
Yeah.
Violating SEC and trade commission violations and shit like that.
Yeah.
Serious. It
is
shit.
Especially in Duffy's case.
Now, what I saw was that they were actually relying, because most people that realize the flat Earth, they're like, you can't throw away the mountains of evidence against the globe just because some jackass said he saw a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I don't think they saw shit. This was an op, and what they were relying on was this false sense of familiarity that people have with YouTube people. They have it with actors. They have it with talk show hosts and things like that. Oh, I really like that person and everything. And oh, look, I buy all their t-shirts and I have their coffee mug and all this other shit. They get this false sense of familiarity. And then what happens, that person says, oh, I was wrong. And those people didn't know shit to begin with. So they just go, I'm going to listen to that guy. These are people that were sheep to begin with. They just went down another chute. That's all.
Yep. And again, look at the three people. Again, my speculation, allegedly, editorial, blah blah blah, because as you guys know, I mean, that document, by the way, I will send that letter to anybody. It's absolutely real. It is not fake. They, again, my former co-host thinking of suing me a month later because I'm telling people that she's acting suspicious. Blows my mind. But the people that came back, like for example, Jaron's narrative, he's absolutely, I mean, he's trolling people way worse than Greg, for example. He is trolling people. I mean, the text, I don't know if you guys have seen his rants and some of the, I don't know if it's Instagram or whatever, but they're absolutely wicked. And Lisbeth has stepped away, but let's not forget, and I don't want to pick on it, but I have to mention, it's like Austin's not making content anymore. No one wants to talk about that. Remember, he was like the guy that went on debates and just hammered people on a regular basis and looked good doing it. And he's like, I will destroy you. I can think so much faster than you. He's not making content anymore. I'm not saying he's flipped by any stretch, but something's got him spooked. And I wasn't even.
Well, I think a lot of people were getting in their feelings about butting heads with arguing like that strong urge to want to debate and crush your enemy and that fight kind of bullshit that rah like the team, go team. There is no fucking team, right? There's only individuals that are closely associated, right? They're making money. Somebody was either showing Jay's weakness of exploiting his bullshit talk before he went. and then magically it came true. Like either somebody paid him off or exploited his weakness
Or
and
both.
threatened
Yeah.
somebody, or both, or a combination. And Austin has a family. He just had 2 babies.
I know.
God bless his soul and his family. If he was threatened, I realize why he would back off.
I know.
But
No,
some
and
people can't handle it.
I am not picking on him. It's like, look, I mentioned, like, when you come at somebody with the carrot and the stick, I'm one of the few people look, I never got married, never had kids. Leverage against me is tough, which is why a defamation thing, well, you can give that a shot, I suppose. But I've said on numerous occasions, I would give it all up for flat Earth. I would. I believe in it so much. I mean, yes, I know I'm not a purist on 100% of the time, but I'd take a firing squad for it with a wink and a smile, because why the hell not? I've always been a big fan in the movies of the person that dies for a cause, and that since I never got married and it's like can't die for a wife or kids or anything, I'd do that. So, but yeah, Austin's case, I hope that I'm wrong. I really hope that I'm wrong, but at the same time, his level of enthusiasm is just evaporated recently, and it's like, okay, sorry, man, whatever's happening, God, thoughts and prayers. Anyway, anything else I can do for you guys?
Man. I know that's I know it's quite a bit tonight. I understand that, and I know you've gotten a bunch of questions from all the corners, and some nice, some not so nice.
Oh no, I don't mind. I don't.
Joe, what's happening, fam? Good to see you. Yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, and so like I said, man, again, like I said, man, I do not keep these guys from asking the hard questions.
No, I can tell. I am impressed. You know what? It actually doesn't upset me to see chat rooms this skeptical. Our FE chat rooms this skeptical, because like, great, fantastic. I mean, you guys.
I want to bring up one thing real quick.
Yes.
With this dude in that final experiment, I think part of the problem also is we putting the focus on the fact that this dude was supposedly a flat earther who switched, and not the fact that they're supposedly using us to try to convince flat earthers that we're wrong. So like what I think is the focus is, if they were doing this experiment, why wasn't there a camera running, streaming the whole time they got to Antarctica? The whole time they were sailing, the whole time they approached the ice wall or whatever it was. Why wasn't there a full stream of this whole thing? We so focused on the person switching his mind, and we're not even focused on the fact that y'all didn't even do it. Because one thing we bring up is why isn't there a camera on the moon as like streaming? If you want to prove us wrong, why wouldn't you do it in a way to where you would convince us?
Sure.
I think we're getting so caught on the person as opposed to the actual experiment.
And so to kind of answer that, and yes, that's exactly it. You could have had an independent person sitting there with just let the camera run, just let it run. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things that Jaren tried to say. He was, or you know what, Judas, my bad, y'all, Judas. I fucked that up. But Judas tried to say, oh, I got this camera right here, and what you could do is I'm gonna put a paywall up and blah 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 blah. So he started charging. Remember that shit? He started charging motherfuckers. After I saw that, man, like I absolutely disliked Extra with cheese that motherfucker.
Listen, I told him straight up. I told him straight up in Messenger, right? Because I didn't hear shit from him. I wished him a Merry Christmas. That was it. I didn't say nothing, because all I did is I went not at the people, but at the information that was brought back. And I saw that it was bullshit. Okay. That's all I got to say. Whatever. You want to be caught up in that bullshit, you go ahead and be caught up in that bullshit. But when I did that show and I brought up that missing day, okay, when I brought up that missing day, boy, he lost his shit, and he sent me a tirade of messages and shit going on. And I told him right then, I said, you know what? You busted on yourself, and it's your own behavior. Your own reaction is the most telling aspect of it. I would love to sit down at a poker table with you.
And it's stuff like that. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got shit to hide, it's easy to just provide that 24-hour for the whole time. They were there for what? They claim to have been there for what? 3 days or some shit?
Yeah.
3 days. But let me, before I continue, let me shout out Harmon Walker's in the house. Harmon, what's going on, Harmon? Good to see you, bro. And
I just want to say hi to Mark and tell Mark Yeah, I think you stayed steady, and I don't understand. People don't understand that everybody got those great sub numbers all the way up to 2017. It was just like candy. Just you could just get subs every day, and then they just stopped it. So, Saab, you're never going to get your channels as good as your content is. They won't allow you to grow. Like they're not allowing Mark to grow. He went to that one spot, and that was it. You should be 500,000 Saab, but they're not going to get you. They're not going to let you.
I should have 1,000. I should have 1,000 at least. Give a Negro 1,000.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
quality, not quantity. Okay, quality, not quantity. What's better to have? My chat is one of the most coolest chats anybody could ever go to. Even if you're not even watching the show, people go there just for the chat. Because why? I got quality people there.
They're not going to. No matter how quality used to get you the subs. That was the key to it. And now you're just not going to allow it. They're just not. Mark isn't going to grow. He knows that.
I know that.
I'm curious, guys.
Roger
Just to respect,
Ledwell's our brother Roger's in the house. Roger usually comes with
up,
noise maker, but tonight Roger's got his joint on mute. Good to see you, Raj. Go ahead, RG man. My bad. I'm over there.
I was just going to ask the. I'm trying to ask the right questions while we have Mark here. You know, and I don't, like I say, I don't know Mark, but I appreciate what you've done. The progress you've tried to push towards in the direction you're going, man, is great. I applaud you. But
thank you.
Let's get the right questions out if possible and the right answers for the people here, because I know some have doubts. So on the same line that we were just talking about, where is the stopping point to where we say enough's enough with being pushed around by these fucking companies? Our message is never changed. We're good-hearted people. We want the right things to be given to society, right? The right info. Science is half-hearted. They're not spiritual. They're not metaphysical, right? They don't believe in that. What do you believe in as far as that? And how can we use that to benefit in the future? Getting our own platform.
What the hell are you
maybe?
asking, RG? Make a simple statement. They're not a damn bled.
Wait,
Come on.
Hold on, y'all. Break down. Hold on. Before we continue, Dojo, shout out to Dojo. I know Dojo's in the house. Came all the way here from down under eating a Vegemite sandwich and shit. Shout out to Dojo, our brother Dojo over there in Australia and shit, man. Shout out to Dojo.
You need to make a 10-minute question, RG. Just ask the question.
I think I understand his question, which is what can we do to beat the system that maybe we haven't done in the past? Something like that. How
can we coalesce funds into making our own platform or something? I don't know. Something
that stick with I don't know.
I have no idea. I mean the grassroots thing is, I mean, that's how we got this far. Between in those first years, we grew so fast, again, grassroots, that they had to change the rules to try to stunt us, and the rules they did. I've never seen a truth topic treated with such speed and aggressiveness without being violent, meaning it's like, okay, we're gonna not monetize channels. Okay, we're gonna have a special Senate hearing and make it public. So I mean,
almost like you're highlighting the synagogue of Satan, but that's
worked, right?
And
we're all pissed off right now, right? I mean, we're all uncomfortable, and we need to figure this out, right? Mm-hmm. We're all grown men.
I'm not uncomfortable in the least. I'm not uncomfortable in the least. I feel good about it and whatever. See, you gotta get this type of an attitude. I don't give a shit what other people say. I don't give a shit. Not one bit. I have no more fucks to give. Okay, say whatever you want. I'm going to speak truth. I'm going to speak reality. And if that doesn't suit you, then put it in your pipe and smoke it, bitch. I don't care.
So, guys, before we continue, Brenda, let's all welcome Brenda. How you doing? Brenda's on the thing. So Brenda, listen, Brenda, here's the thing. We've got our folks here. We have a discussion. You have 5 minutes. The clock has started. Now ask what you need to ask.
Yeah, I just want to offer to people.
This is gonna be good.
I just want to offer to people. MC Toon has made $100,000 challenge, a chance for anybody to win $100,000. Right, you go to Antarctica next time, put up $100,000 in escrow, and if you're confident, right, you should do that. If you know that the Earth is flat, then you should take it. And failure, as he says, failure to do so is a concession.
Well,
Failure.
how many people do you
So,
think have?
very quick, guys. Yeah.
How many people do you think
I'm good.
have the ability to put $100,000 into escrow, Brenda? Could you do it right now? Could you
Mark
take
Sargent could.
$100,000? No, I'm just
You
asking.
can raise the money.
Mark respond to that?
You can raise the money.
I'll respond with this. I will top that, which is a challenge that I put up for 4 years, which was my life. Which I guess like, okay, again, loan me any spacesuit from any era, put me in a vacuum chamber, pull the switch, tell me how I don't die. And I've been willing to do that for 4 years, and that's easy. University vacuum chambers, you don't have to go to Antarctica, you don't have to go to space. Put me in a vacuum chamber with a spacesuit.
Well, that's not going to decide the shape of the Earth.
Brenda.
Shut up, Mr.
Well, with
Brenda.
the exception
Mr. Brenda ruins everything.
If the spacesuit fails, then the spacesuit is wrong, which means the space program is wrong, which means space is fake. So yeah, you could connect the dots there if you really wanted to.
Not logically. So
come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You want to kick me out of the picture?
How do you speak logic, Mr. Brenda?
There's no logical connection.
There's nothing
between
logical about you, Mr. Brenda.
There's no logical connection. There's no logical connection.
These programs are
All
absolutely.
right, guys, easy.
I only have 5 minutes. There's no
Actually,
logical.
you've got 3 minutes, Brenda. And
There's
change.
there's no necessary logical connection between a spacesuit functioning and the geometry of the Earth. This
Yes,
would
there
decide it
is.
because there is a logical connection between a 24-hour sun and the shape of the Earth.
Sky doesn't move around.
Going
Guys,
right?
one at a time.
Round.
Easy.
All right. Let me. You know I'm going this year, right, Brenda? You know I'm going. You're well aware of this.
You have $100.
Yeah, I got $236.
Brenda,
right
pocket
now.
watching, boy. Brenda
You need
got
40. You need,
pocket watching
you need
like a
about.
motherfucker.
You need at least 40 grand.
Yeah, I know.
Roger.
I got a backer who's going to match everything and
No,
get me
you
down there.
No,
Yes,
he
I
doesn't
do.
have that kind of money. He doesn't have that
Yes, he
money.
does.
Hey, he doesn't have that kind of money. How do you know he
How do
doesn't
you
have
know?
that kind of money?
Because Brenda
wait a
pocket
second, I'm
watching.
confused.
Thank
I'm
you,
confused.
good.
Brenda,
Brenda, what are you
I'm
talking
confused.
about?
First off, you're encouraging people to go.
Yeah.
And then now you're trying to discourage someone from going.
No,
Brenda all over the place, man. Brenda mixed up.
no, I'm
Go
not.
ahead.
I'm not discouraging Roger. I'm just saying he doesn't have enough.
Well, it's not.
Hey
time
Brenda,
to-
I would put the money up, Brenda, on one condition. If I could prove through let's say an alternative model that a 24-hour sun could just as well go around my head for 24 hours if the earth was flat as well. I mean, that would be my stipulation.
It's not logically possible.
Well, I'll tell you this: if I raised $100,000,
I'm not worried about it.
goddamned if I spent it on going to freeze my dick off. Let me just tell you something: if some jackass came onto my job site and I said, "Hey, check that floor to see if it's level," and he started looking up at the fucking shop lights, I'd
Well, I
throw
only
him
have
and
2
his
minutes
tools.
or so.
I'd throw him and his fucking
You're
tools.
taking all my time. You're taking all my time. So the reward would be you get each of you put 100 grand into escrow.
3 minutes.
All right.
That was Brenda.
All right. So that was Brenda. Brenda,
Thanks,
thank
Brenda.
you. Yo. That's your time to. That's anytime, Brenda. After your 5 minutes, man, we're gonna give you the Metal Gear Solid. Peace out. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for coming, Brenda. Everything was solid. So you had your time and you had your question, and it was cool, Brenda. Thank you. Anyway, so
I want to
let
say
us-
something real fast before Mark. I want to thank you for crossing the bridge over into this little circle because I know you don't come over into these worlds very often. Thank you because
I
it's
didn't
like
know I was coming either. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep lurking. We're gonna go out and make a bonfire and listen to you guys do your thing. But Vlad, everybody here, thank you, and you guys keep rocking. We're gonna keep listening.
Wait, don't
Hey.
forget to.
Thanks, Lowry. Thanks, Nicole.
Hey,
Yeah.
Sorry, Nikki.
Nicole,
Yo,
thank you. I got your
appreciate it,
phone
y'all.
call, but I couldn't pick you up. Sorry.
And catch it. We have a really doozy of a story on Sunday on the tinfoil sombrero. We're not gonna tell it tonight. We'll tell you on Sunday. Mwah. See you guys later.
All right. Hey, peace, y'all. Peace.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for coming.
By the way, Mark.
I'm gonna
thanks
take
for
off
your
too. I
clues,
just want to
dude.
say, Mark, thank you for so much coming up, Mark. I appreciate that. This
you.
is Harmon.
Thank you.
All right.
Harmon, yo,
And you
thanks
take
for
care.
coming on tonight, man. Peace.
All right. You're
Somebody
welcome.
Somebody
All
else
right.
was yelling back there. Who else is yelling?
Oh, that was
that's
me. I was
Roger.
saying thanks for the clues, man. Thanks for the clues.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, I had no idea, that I was even going to make them when I made them. It was just like, hey, what could go wrong? Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, man, yo, much appreciated. And Mark, yo, thanks for coming, guys. Do you have any final parting words? Because I gotta go to the bathroom and cause havoc. You know what I'm saying? And so I ain't bringing y'all with me in that bitch.
Make sure you call me when this thing's over, so that we can come up with a time for tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So, parting words, starting with you, Mr. Ledwell.
Oh, I'm just glad to see Mark here coming, reaching out to the small folks like us. I have 237 subs, 275 subs. Sorry.
Hey,
And I
shout
have a
out to
small
Roger.
channel.
Make sure to sub to Roger Ledwell's channel, y'all.
I'll have to look, Chris. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if you're blocked. If you got blocked, you were probably being a dick, but I'll double look.
And next chapter, I did not block him neither. I did not block you, bro. I don't do that. I don't. I give everybody a fair shake. Go ahead, Roger. I didn't want to step on your toes like that, fam.
Oh, it's no big deal. And that's about all I had to say. I haven't really had a chance to talk to Mark, and I really feel bad about Patricia leaving you, man. It's just one of those things.
Dude, if she left, then I think she was gone 9 months ago, and the only reason she came back was to leave. So, and if that was the case, my God, I underestimated that woman. Don't underestimate women.
Oh, I don't.
I got played if that was the case.
Damn, yo. Damn. All right, man. Yo, Dojo, not even final words, but Dojo, you've been sitting in there, man, quiet than a church mouse, man. What's up?
All good. I just wanted to say why there's so many flat earthers, man. The fact that there are so many flat earthers vexes me to no end. Damn all you flat earthers. Why do you persist? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I got that. That's good.
Yeah, and the numbers just keep climbing. We're not going anywhere. So that itchy feeling is just going to get worse and worse.
And I just wanted to say that always look for what they're trying to hide.
Yes.
Whatever that is, whatever you think that is, always look for what they're trying to hide. And all this discussion about like Judas and his posse and everything like that. Yeah, it's no one's gonna care. Nobody remembers. So go flat earth.
There we go. Much appreciated, D. Good to see you, man, and good to have you on the panel for tonight. Black Light, brother, man. It's good to have you on tonight, and I know we got you early tonight. So what's good, man? Any final words, man?
Really strange. Yeah, I appreciate you for having me on. I say, Mark, if you don't want people to think you a shill, come on down here fucking with the little people. I remember seeing you.
No, I'm going to now. I'm going to make a concentrated effort to be here more often. I had no idea.
I remember seeing you on my journey when I was looking into Flat Earth. I remember seeing videos and shit of you. So to be able to actually interact with you on this is pretty dope. So keep fucking with the little people, and you'll be able to keep your name clean.
I'm going to try, but thank you.
Yeah. Very wise words from Blacklight, man. Much appreciated, bro. And that's the truth. But let me shut the fuck up. RG.
Oh man, you're talking to the little man now. Oh my goodness. Appreciate it, guys. This is this has been great, man. I like I say, I'm not familiar with Mark much, but just being familiar with Vlad, I had to pop on and ask a couple questions. So I appreciate you being patient with me. Like what did Harmon say? Damn, just shut up and ask the question, right? But no, I did want to say, Mark, thanks. I do appreciate it. And let me ask you this: would you be willing to possibly have someone on like me that doesn't have? I'm not a creator. I'm not big in the community, but I am someone that's been here for a long time. Let's put it that way. Would you be up for an interview or something?
Coming up on? Oh, you mean just you and I interviewing, or me interviewing you?
Or having anyone on your show that
you mean like
as maybe a trio? Yeah. Just somebody just ask me questions. I can ask you.
Sure. email
Oh,
me.
thank you, man.
Make sure you mention that we talked, and it's like I wanted to be on show. Put that somewhere in the headline
Yeah.
so I remember what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just mention RG, or well, RG the artist is my quote unquote
RG.
name, but it's Russell. So nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
All right. And
I'll
of
shoot
course,
you an
Mr.
email. Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. Saab, what you got, homie? And it's good to have you tonight, Saab, man. Saab, it's been a while, man. It's always good to have you, man.
Yeah.
And you need to stop bullshitting, and you need to just come on in like you normally do.
Well, the thing is, man, I've been having to get up early, and usually I don't, if I go on a show, if I do a show, it lasts for a while, and I don't mean for it to, but it just keeps going and going. But yeah, I'm always on Tuesday night. Always on Tuesday night. Brad and Tasha asked if I was going to be on tonight. No, tomorrow night I'll do a show. I'll probably even start a little early for my friends across the pond who've requested that I start a little earlier. No work tomorrow. Well, around here there is, but how that goes. I want to address the thing about the little guy. Listen, there are no little guys. Okay. There are no little guys. We all got a piece of this.
Absolutely.
And we all contribute. Okay. This almost sounds weird, but be humbly proud. Okay.
No, I get you.
I
agree.
Right.
I agree.
And I saw a lot of these guys, and like with Jaron and that, they relied on their popularity and shit. And they suffered from what I like to call the Ziggy Stardust syndrome. If you're familiar with the song, Ziggy got sucked up into his mind. He forgot all about the spiders, forgot all about them and shit. And he thought he was the be all end all that in a bag of chips, and it ruined him. And we see that live performance taking place right now. So don't ever think you're little. We're all big. We're all special. God created each and every one of us unique and for a purpose. And the system tries to keep you away from knowing that.
That's right.
That's what I'll leave you with.
Here.
Right.
Well said, man.
Much appreciated, Saab. And he's right, man. Saab is right. Even though this channel ain't got the numbers like other channels, it is what it is, man. We come and we approach everything from a perspective of honesty. We're honest here. We're real here. What you get, like I just said, I was going to drop a deuce here in a little bit. I'm holding it down right now, right? But I'm real with it. Like I don't sugarcoat nothing with nobody, right? But I'm always respectful, and that's the thing. Like it was a warning in here that it could get crazy in the foundry, but everybody loves everybody else, right? And we do our best to be respectful with one another. We still maintain that level of respect in here. So that's as real as we get. I really appreciate everybody that's in the foundry. And I really appreciate the people that I bring on to the panel. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to come. They're a lot smarter than me, but I ride you guys as coattails to ask the crazy shit that I wouldn't even know to ask. Go ahead, Saab.
Oh, I was going to, shit, I forgot. Chris, I was going to tell you that I'll check see if you're blocked or whatever, but it's probably most likely YouTube fucking with you because it's pretty hard to get blocked. If you've come on and made a threat, like you're going to get my channel shut down or anything like that, well, fuck you. I don't need that there. If you people can disagree with one another if they'd like to, and the reality of it is, look, I can put it out there and show you what the reality is, what is impossible right from inception and what is not, what is possible. And if you don't take it, that's fine. I give a shit, it doesn't have to be a group. Think about this. Before we even found out that the earth was flat, everybody was just moseying along thinking that they were on a spinning water ball, and nobody said anything more about it. That was it. We just went along with it. It wasn't until some people realized that was just ludicrous nonsense that the Agent Smiths started coming out from everywhere. And it's like, look, nobody's going to sit there and put their whole effort into making people continue to believe in this thing unless there's somebody above them making them do it. I mean, come on. after you've heard all the arguments ad nauseum, how many more times do we have to debate these dumbasses?
Right.
Okay. I've put it out now. I've had old Fight the Fat Ass wanting to debate me. And I'm like, look, I've debated you twice. You were pitiful. You tried to tell me you saw a picture of gravity. I mean, shut up. Okay. So you're an irritating, annoying human being. And if you want to debate me and schedule one, then that will cost you $250. You can send that to my Cash App or you can send it to my PayPal. That is the only way I'm even going to entertain you freaks. Because without us, you don't exist.
There we go. They need us. You need us. You need us. And don't forget it. Bald people, that's right. If you want to debate, come here and debate me, that'll cost you $45,000 because I find those debates to be absolute trash. Y'all smell, and then y'all bring absolutely nothing of value. Absolutely nothing. Shame on you. Shame
There's
on
no
you.
money that's
What on
worth-
you? What on your head?
There's no money. I can't look at, it's like, look, you're an irritating son of a bitch to begin with. Even if we weren't talking about flat earth, you're somebody that I would avoid in real life anyways. Despite what the issue is, you're just an annoying little effeminate acting man child. Fuck you.
Oh,
Yo,
man,
and then Mark, much appreciated. I know I caught you at a crazy time. I know
That's
it's
okay.
Friday. You probably got stuff that you have to do. We really
That's all right.
appreciate you.
That's
We
good.
really appreciate you coming in, man, and joining us at such a time, right? There's a lot going on and there's more to follow, I'm sure.
Happy to do it.
Yeah, but man, parting words for the Foundry and the panel.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and never letting up. And Flat Earth from my cold dead hands. They're never taking this from me. This is one of the things that I take a lot of pride in. And so, again, you guys can reach out. I'm easy to find. I dox myself on every single video. It's in the description box. My phone number, my mailing address, all that stuff. If you wanna reach out, find me. Otherwise, I would be happy to come back and answer questions as best I can. I know there was a lot of stuff I couldn't answer there in the chat. I didn't realize there were going to be that many questions, but I will. No, I'm up in the northwest, northwest. I'm really northwest on Whidbey Island. So up.
Yeah,
on,
Whidbey Island, y'all. Whidbey
near
Island. I used
Seattle.
to be stationed over there.
Yeah, yeah. There's a naval air station right up the road from here.
Yeah.
So that's so weird that, by the way, you would be stationed up there. It's an interesting place. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Go take care of your business because I know you're probably dying right now. Thanks, guys. And
hey, is there a way we can close out with a prayer right quick? Before you,
Yeah. Go ahead, RG. Do your thing, bro.
Before we're done, I mean, if that's cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go
Thank you, man. Thank you. Father, thank you for gathering us all together tonight. Please keep this alive in all of us because the truth is yours. What you've created, the way you created it is true. And we just all need to feel that deep inside and not take it for granted, but give it back freely. Father, just keep us all safe. Keep Mark safe. Mark, we appreciate you greatly, sir. And I pray this in your son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you.
Amen. All right, family. That's all we got for tonight. It's it's doing its thing. I really appreciate the panel. Everybody, go ahead, Saab. Yeah.
This right here, this is actually the ASL for poop.
Oh.
Because I know you're probably prairie dogging about now, right? You got the turtle.
Yeah, man. I got that dome coming out the chute, but it's all good, man. I'm good over here. I'm good over here. We're good over here. Everybody, really, I appreciate you guys adjusting and flexing with us and being able to give us your attention at such an early time. Normally, I get on a few hours later. But again, family, thank you. We really appreciate you. We love you for everything that you do for us. And the Foundry is where it's at, man. The Foundry is strong. The Foundry is smart. You guys make this show everything. You guys make this show everything that it is. And then there's going to be more to come, I promise you. And again, shout out to everybody. Saab, Blacklight, RG, Mark Sargent, Lowry, Big G, Greg, all of them, man. All of them. Even hell, we give Brenda, you too, you gonna get some love too. Dojo, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get some love out this bitch, man. Even if some of these people in here don't feel your ass, we gonna get some love, man. We gonna give you some love, man. And with that, family, hey, man, I wish you guys nothing but the best always. Health, wealth, love, joy, prosperity. Most of all, wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. We need to be wise, especially with these days to come. Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. And with that, family, we love you. We out. Peace.